Before 2019, I'm not into numbers. I left the financial part of the company to my staff, but that has resulted in losses over the years. So in 2019, for the first time, Alhamdulillah, we were able to get the profit margin that we need. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Madam Hania Abdul Hamid from 𝑒𝑛𝑒𝑚𝑦 Kindergarten and 𝑒𝑛𝑒𝑚𝑦 Adventure Private Limited. I'm in the business coaching by Mr. Muhammad Fazluddin. The name of the program is Monsters of the Deep. Because I was in search to make a difference to the schools that I'm running. Before 2019, I'm not into numbers. I left the financial part of the company to my staff, my trusted staff. Because my intention was I just want to educate, I just want to have schools. But that has resulted in losses over the years, and it's affected the sustainability of the kindergarten that was set up at that time. So in 2008, actually, at the end of the year, I started to join Mr. Fazluddin, Muhammad Fazluddin's business coaching under the Monsters of the Deep to correct the financial situation of my company. So in 2019, for the first time, Alhamdulillah, we were able to get the profit margin that we need. That was not something that I was able to see over the years. And this is something that helped me clear and know what else to do. Aside from having to just focus on education, I realized that if I want to do something for the community in terms of delivering the quality education, I still need to ensure the sustainability of the schools that I had set up. So as such, I also become financially intelligent, although not 100%. I get to see what is happening over the months, and that helps me to expand from the kindergarten to setting up a student care. So I would like to suggest anyone who wants to correct and make the financial healthier and help your company sustainable, I would invite you to become part of our Monsters program, which is very interesting because you'll be with other business people and they would understand exactly what you go through. So not only financial part which I am able to improve, but I realized I become a better leader because I began to understand this position. I began to understand the whole working of what a business should be in order to make it one of the best, inshallah. So please join us. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum everybody, how are you? Okay, glad to see everyone here. Apa khabar? Wah, banyak ni kawan-kawan yang kita nampak all my other monsters here. Also happy to see some new faces here. Okay, kejap. Hari ni kita ada uh, a few sharings lah and of course dengan Encik Fas. Then kita ada sharing dengan Dr. Malik and one more sharer yang saya tak sure, Mr. Ali Shahab. Okay. So without further ado, mari kita cuba try to get the energy up a little bit, okay? Grab your air and your keropok ke apa. I'll invite Mr. Adi here to introduce start the event proper. Can I have Mr. Adi please?
Thank you, Haikal. This is the first time I saw you. I had very good feedback about you being the host, so I was looking forward to you.
Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Okay, silakan je.
Okay, but thank you for being with us today, and let's go through the protocol since you are here. First and foremost, all those of you who are here, and we need you to switch on your videos at all times so that not for me, not for Haikal, but at least the coaches are able to see you. In Zoom meetings, it's important that we are able to see or look whom we are talking to. Okay, the trial version apa ni? Okay, now if your name is not displayed on the video, please do so at least we are able to call you with the name that you want us to call you. For example, how do I address ZMH? I can't hear you. Yeah, so you need to unmute.
Can you hear me, Zahiri?
Zahiri. So at least if you allow us to address you proper, then if not, then you just let me know whether we should call you just ZMH or just as Zahiri. Okay, now, secondly, importantly, right, this is not a military session, okay? It's not like one person talk and everybody just keep quiet, and whether we understand or not, we do not ask any question. You are free to ask questions two ways. One, you can speak here, you can interject, or you can ask during the chat. Now, we have Shahid and we have Ashura who will be able to respond to you and direct you quickly to the person that will be able to answer you. So that is the most important question. That is the most important thing. Ada soalan, jangan tunggu. If you cannot jot down, please go to the chat group and ask the questions immediately. Right? Okay? Is there any questions? Allow us to see you. Maknanya kalau kita nak bikin niaga, if we want to do business, we must be able to see people, and if you can't see people in the network, then how are you going to meet clients? Clients are more difficult than your networking people, trust me. Okay, now today we would like to get your cooperation or ihsan anda ni. Pertama, we need you to be ready. Maknanya ready means we are going to share with you a lot of things. If you are not ready to absorb it, can you jot down and write whatever that you do not understand, then you can give us the feedback later on. Secondly, give us the full attention lah. Kalau you tak understand, maknanya nanti you nak kena raise the question all over again kan. Okay, now what's more important down here is in this session, maybe in the later part of the session, you will just realize that there is a lot of things that is taken what I call without tapis-tapis lah. They will say it as it is, whether you can do it, you cannot do it, you salah, you betul, you nak kena terima dengan hati terbuka. There's no malice to this. What we wanted you to do is to be much better than the way you do lah. Then we also want you to be patient lah. Pertama, perubahan tu memerlukan masa. Dan kedua, dekat Zoom ni kan, ada juga orang yang mungkin dia punya video ni lambat masuk, kena lambat reply. So you need to be very patient when they can't hear you or when they respond a little bit late. Right? Now, yang bikin business adalah orang-orang yang terpilih. So don't worry about you not making it as for today. Because if you are guided properly with the right path, you will always make it. Kalau tak percaya, boleh tanya Dr. Malik. Okay? Dr. Malik has a good story to tell. Daripada tak tahu nak buat macam mana, sekarang dah jadi millionaire. So we also want to learn from him today. Now, in this session, dalam MOTD Monsters of the Deep, we always give you time to reflect on ourselves. Nanti bila ada masa untuk muhasabah, jadi kita lihat how our friend reflect themselves and how that reflection will share with the rest of us and how he shared with the rest of us. Today, Monsters of the Deep, we have Dr. Malik Hassan, the CEO for Selera Rasa, and also Nasi Lemak CRAVE. He'll be talking today and sharing some parts with you. Nazrin Salim, who is also the MOTD partner coach, and of course, we have the big boss, the mafia, the senyum dia. He's always smiling when he's in pictures. Muhammad Fazruddin, the chartered accountant and also MOTD coach. So these three person will be the person guiding you through in any questions that you have. We're going to talk about stability when you first start the business. Once you do the business, how to sustain. This is the hardest to do. Buka business senang, sustain susah, and to grow is harder. So the coaches will be able to help you on how to do item A, item B, and item C. Stability, sustainability, and also for growth. Next one. Now, these are the people who are with us now. If you look on number 8 until 23, bila you baru join MOTD, you will be in the Marlin group where you learn the basic, learn about the infrastructure, the structure of the company, the economy of the company, the evolution of the company, and how from the objective, once you graduated from Marlin, you will go to Megalodon. From the Megalodon, ada satu orang je yang dah pergi ke tahap paling tinggi sekali, iaitu Cik Zuhaira Muhammad Ashari. Now, she has done so much better and now she doesn't even have to go physically to the business. Someone is running on auto mode for her. How to reach that bit?
Trial version.
We will share with you as we go along. Alright? Hopefully, today and tomorrow, we will be upgrading a lot of people to the second tier. Now, to do business, first you must make sure that you have enough money. And from enough money is not enough, you must have enough financial understanding. If you don't have enough financial understanding, let the coaches guide you. Now, in order to do business, no one can stand alone. You need clients and you also need networking. So that's when the business ecosystem comes about. That's when we come about and assist each other. I may not know your business, but you might need my business. I may not be able to do what you do, but we are able to collaborate and get better. Now, and guidance from the coaches are all heart to heart. Guidance from the coaches are all no bullshit. If they say cannot make it, cannot make it. If they say change the whole structure, means you have to do it, but they will never leave you alone. So at the end of the day, from a financial perspective, guidance from coaches or business ecosystem, I would refer what Fazluddin will be doing is called hard love lah. Dia sayang tapi dia harus tegas. It's called the no bullshit punya love. Okay, next one. Now, these are the MOTD ambassadors. These are the people who are with Fazluddin and also with the whole project since day one. Madam Zuhaira, Shahnan, and also Ashraf. They are from different verticals. They are from different background. One will be doing the consumer, doing the consumer products, which is the Madu. The other one is doing IT, and Super Penya is consumer doing food business for the people. Next one. Now, on top of them, we have the Mobsters League. These are the people who have been in industry in different arena, who will be giving you help as we go along, as recommended by the coaches themselves. From the lawyer whom you have seen in the market, from Shahid Norain, whom you have seen in the papers, from Ronnie Tan, from Fadaus Hamzat, and also Shad Afiq, they will be there, and they are these people from different industries who will be helping you to help you and guide you to make sure that you achieve what you want to do. So these are the rest of the team that will be looking at us from above. Okay, next one. These are the most important people from the team to make sure that everything runs smooth since day one. Ashura and also Ahmad Shahid, thank you so much for being patient and smiling always, no matter how annoyed we can be. Betul, Syahid? Tak pernah marah, Syahid?
Tak, insyaAllah tak lah.
Ya, kalau marah kena jual. Okay, now, pre-COVID, usually people who do business, we believe in the networking, and usually we will be meeting all our fellow friends lah. But because of the COVID situation, the MOTD Lagoon will be on hold till further notice, or until FAS yang sekarang ada dekat Malaysia, until he's back, then we will continue the physical meet, which I think one of the most important thing to do. Besides meeting on Zoom, once you meet in person, the dynamics becomes different. This is why networking is very, very important. Okay, so hopefully we'll be back soon. FAS will be back soon. Then I think I heard by September they will loosen up the border, and hopefully we can meet them. Okay, Today, in the feature presentation, we have someone, you look at his smiley face, kalau dia tak jadi CEO, dia akan jadi pilot. Tapi rezeki kan, sebab bapak dia tak kasih dia jadi pilot, but dia kena run over the business. Ini yang saya namakan takdir, kadar dan kadar. Ya, betul Dr. Malik? If not, dia dah jadi pilot. Kalau dia jadi pilot sekarang, dia dah tak ada kerja. So, business is such. Now, he has agreed to take over the family business, but only if he's allowed to run the Selera, Rasa punya business. Okay, now, in 2007, Dr. Malik, in 2007, if kalau salah, betulkan, in 2007, you only have 2 outlets, but with the help of Fazluddin, right, who actually reconstruct the whole administrative work, the whole financial structure, do a proper presentation, Dr. Malik and the team are able to attract, bukan dia cari investor, he is able to attract investors, and now Selera Rasa Nasi Lemak or CRAVE Nasi Lemak has become what it is today. Without proper help from the accountant, without proper financial structure or the administrative work under Muhammad Fazluddin, it will be okay, but I think it will be harder for him to achieve what he has achieved in this shorter term. So I like to thank you, Fazluddin, for helping most of us here and for making CEO Dr. Malik the poster boy for today. Hopefully someday I can be the same poster boy, Fazluddin.
Yeah,
Now,
you are really.
Now, CRAVE today, CRAVE today runs over 35 outlets around Singapore. Now, that's a feat, and that's something which we can be proud about. Okay, now, today Dr. Malik will also share about 5 fundamentals on how he had carried out to successfully achieve the business today. Now, what I wanted you to do is take some notes, do a mental note, to not skip item 1, 2, 3, or 5, because there are things that you can skip, there are things that you must follow, ikut dia punya tertib. Item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in order for you to achieve what he has done so far. Now, cakap tak guna, tembak pun tak guna. Okay, Dr. Malik today is slightly under the weather, so if he sound a little bit nasal, just forgive him, but I think we should be able to get the best out of him today. Now, let's give a virtual applause to Dr. Malik for coming on board. Thank you, Dr. Malik.
Assalamualaikum semua.
Salam.
Jadi, I got to tell everybody first that Hadis show in the morning, you guys got to listen on Ria. Yeah, I'm a big fan of him already. I dah switch channel. So all of you all must dengar Ria pada waktu pagi. Alright. Okay. Before I start this talk, I just want to tell you guys that in business, you guys have to be patient. Patient, and you must have a positive thinking. How you want to be doing that is through istighfar. I get this knowledge is at bila I pergi Hajj dulu. Bila kita tak sabar, kita ada rasa macam, you know, iri hati ke, or negative thoughts come to us. The medicine is istighfar. You just istighfar inside your heart, and the thing will just disappear. So siapa-siapa yang Ustaz Hanafi, sorry kalau terbabas sikit kan. So you dengar sikit okay. So that's the formula for positive thinking and what do you call it? Feeling not good in business. Okay, let me start my 5 fundamentals. I think everybody here is Muslim kan?
So far, yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Great. Okay. I believe in this business. Business actually, I use the formula for our Rukun Islam. See, Rukun Islam, kita ada 5 perkara. So, yang pertama is niat, iaitu mengucap 2 kalimah syahadat. Kan? Macam pelik pula kalau berbual tak dengar suara kan? Baru I tahu how fast feel. So bila kita ada niat nak buat bisnes, kita mengucap 2 kalimah syahadat seperti kita niat nak buat bisnes, dan it's exactly the same kalau kita nak buat building. So bila kita nak buat building tu kan, what do we have first? We must have a concrete cement kat bawah. So what you must do, you just cement your flooring betul-betul and make it nice. So bila you have this niat dalam hati nak buat business, you must have a planning. 5 years plan, 10 years plan, 15 years plan, 20 years plan. That's how you're supposed to be. Then I come to the second part, because niat is always easy. I just want to do this business. I want to do this business. So the second part you have to do is the rukun Islam yang kedua. Rukun Islam kedua is solat. Rukun Islam kedua is solat, is seperti tiang agama Islam. Bila kita tak ada tiang dalam building will drop. And dalam business, we should have a tiang, the 5 tiang dalam business. We also have solat. Solat is also is kita ada 5 solat waktu salat. The 5 things that you must write down, is you must know your costing right. Second, you must know your SOP in business. And third, you must know bookkeeping. That's where fast come in. Your bookkeeping is very important. That's my mistake last time when I did my business. Fourth, your branding. You must have a good branding and must have a good name. Jangan letak nama Malik nasi lemak, put Selera nasi lemak, CRAVE nasi lemak. That kind of branding where people nampak pun macam syok. And lastly, which a lot of people doesn't have, they don't have their own HR. HR is the one that memeningkan kepala kita. HR is where a lot of people ask me, Malik, how you get manpower? How you know this manpower, this manpower, that? How you want to do this one, do that one? Betul tak, Azhar? So then I always tell him, this. Don't have to think. You must employ an HR. Let them think. Bayar dorang, and then clear. Sorry, number 3 not clear. Number 3 is branding. Bookkeeping. Sorry, bookkeeping. Siapa tadi tanya? Eva. Number 3 is bookkeeping. Bookkeeping, you have to find Mr. Fast to do it. Accounts, there's the man to find. What's number 2? Number 2, cannot hear. Number 2 is SOP.
Yeah, tak. Dr. Malik, you speak slower. You speak slower.
Oh.
A little bit slower. Yeah.
Okay, kena cakap pelan-pelan. Anak kena belajar dengan Adi ya.
Jangan pelan sangat.
Okay. Okay, let me repeat again. So you have to do costing for your business. You have the money, you have to do costing. All right? Second, SOP. SOP meaning not only SOP for your, if you are doing F&B, you are not doing your how to cook SOP, you must have a staff in SOP also. What time the staff have to come, what time the staff have to do this, have to do that also, you must have the SOP done properly. Okay. Number 3 is bookkeeping. Bookkeeping, if you cannot do your own, go and find outsource. Ask Fast to do it. No, he's the masters of all kind of, because last time I got problem with that and I nearly failed in my business because of that. And number 4 is branding. You must brand your product properly. Don't brand it macam orang yang masa tengok macam ni hobbit dah. No? You see? So you must brand it nice, very nice. If you mula-mula you brand it, okay, example, maybe my Selera Rasa, I give you an example of my Selera Rasa. Last time Selera Rasa, I thought my brand is fantastic. Orang datang tengok. But when I go to Sydney, I try to open at Sydney. Orang overseas cannot baca towards Selera Rasa. So then I realized that your name is very important to be universal. So what I do is we discuss. We find out that Selera Rasa, Selera, kalau tukar to orang putih is CRAVE. So that's how we get that word CRAVE. And the last one is HR. HR is where your headache, you tolak kat headache kat orang tu. Okay? Sekejap Alright. So all dah dapat Okay. Okay, Adi boleh dia
Boleh.
boleh.
If you allow us to ask some questions, please let me know. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then the third one of the fundamental is rukun Islam yang ketiga. Rukun Islam yang ketiga ialah puasa. Puasa adalah dinding agama Islam. So, bila you ada dinding in a building, what do you put? You letak gambar, you letak all kind of thing inside there. That is equivalent to marketing. So in business, the third fundamental is marketing. No matter how, no matter what, you must do marketing. Jangan locate in marketing. We spend for this COVID, we spend about nearly 10,000 to 20,000 for just marketing. Yep, I heard from my partner. Just to do that, although CRAVE orang dah kenal, tetap we do marketing and doing tak stop. And our biggest pekerja tempat our office is marketing. It's not the operation part. We have like 20 people dalam office. For just marketing je. Operation dalam office 5 orang je. Yang bawah semua pekerja. So marketing is very important for your product. Yang nombor 4, once you dah jadi, your business dah jadi, ingat this, pesanan orang-orang tua, zakat dan fitrah, you all must do your zakat. Zakat dan fitrah is actually a bumbung of a building. So bila bumbung dalam building tu, is a shelter for your business. It's for your dunia and akhirat. And it's also, kalau you buat business, if you dah jadi semua kan, it's also is for you to give back to the community. Alright? Dah tulis semua? Okay. And the last, Hadi senyum. And lastly, haji, rukun Islam yang kelima ialah haji, iaitu if you can afford it, you go to Hajj. Means go Hajj is like you go overseas. So your product tu, kalau you dah jadi and you can afford it, go overseas. So this is the 5 fundamental that I believe in, that I want to share with you guys, and I open to questions. Boleh Di?
Boleh.
Alright.
Of course, boleh.
Yeah.
I will ask the first question just to get the ball rolling.
Okay.
Now, when we talk about accounting, when we talk about economy, when we talk about fundamentals of money, you have someone to lean on like Fazluddin, who will tell you how to structure, right? But when you talk about SOPs, a lot of us are small, medium enterprise. We are so small, we have 2 staff, 3 staff, 4 staff, and we have the plan to grow. But we don't have the ability to write SOPs. How to start? How do we begin writing even a standard SOP? Which SOP must write first?
Okay. It depends on the business that you are in. If let's say you are doing, like me, F&B, first thing you must do at SOP is your product, your product SOP. You must
Meaning, what do you mean by product SOP, Doctor?
Okay, FMB, let's say, like me, I'm selling nasi lemak.
So yeah.
So you must do the right, you must do the procedure of how to cook the nasi lemak, how to cook the rice, how to cook the sambal, how to cook everything. That is the SOP that you have to do it.
Maknanya mesti nak kena standardize lah.
Yes.
You
Everything must be standardized. Even to that level where you have to put how many grams of garam, how many grams of the that to that level, you must do it.
So for your case, you actually personally sit down and kira how many grams, how many ounce of garam, gula, berapa lama nak masak, sambal dia dan itu sebagainya.
Betul. I do everything. Every detail I do it.
Berapa banyak SOPs up to date yang CRAVE ada?
Banyak. We have I think about 48
SOPs.
Yes.
But you didn't do it all in one day lah kan?
No, we start with 5.
Yeah.
Then it grows from there.
Okay.
That's the product SOP. Another one is the staff SOP.
Okay. Staff punya SOP. What are the things that we must know to do staff SOP?
Okay. The staff SOP, there's like how do you put it? Macam first is your uniform, your timing, your punya is the procedure of apa ni? It's a standard procedure. You must wear uniform, you must wear a proper attire, you must come at this time to what time, you must all this you must tell them. That is what you're supposed to know.
Okay. Maknanya kalau staff yang baru masuk CRAVE ni kasih this SOP, then she will at least be guided about 70% on what to do on the first day lah.
That's right. So you will not see this stuff like macam I have people who orang mau datang kerja, then the boss will ask the people ask okay, what can you do for the company? So the staff yang baru datang tu, what can he do? He cannot do anything. He doesn't know about the company. Unless you have this operational menu that you have. Okay, this is my operation menu for my company. You tengok, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. Then orang baca, and you do some training to them for the half day tu. You training with the operation menu. You nampak SOP. Then you can run from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We also have some questions from the rest of the team. You can raise via messages. Ashura, do you have any other questions from the chat group tak?
Boss. Okay, boss. Saya ada question. Boleh tak?
Mana? Oh, Acah handsome.
Baik. Assalamualaikum. Ya, macam itu. Segan. Malu dah saya. Okay, come. My question, bukan question lah. It's just something to share lah. Because something that you bring up on your third point, which is marketing.
Yeah.
So in conjunction with marketing ni, because we are dealing with most of us here are small medium enterprise or home-based businesses. So just now you mentioned you spend a large number of money on marketing itself. So, and I always have this, I mean, okay, for some of those who don't know what I do, my company, we do both photo and videography, both for corporate companies and also for TV broadcast. But then we are also doing for small SMEs lah. Tapi that's the thing, okay? How much is too much, and what is, macam pada orang macam is the understanding of I'm going to buang duit ni tau. Tapi they don't understand the part where this is not actually membuang, tetapi benda ni is an investment. Ataupun macam mana tu? I've heard someone or some business owners who came to me and say, oh, aku will put in about 10% of my yearly revenue. So 10% dia tahu ini is solely for marketing. And the marketing is not just for that one time off. So it's not that one off meaning, it's for the whole year. So something that you can share with me on marketing ni boleh tak?
Okay. let me if you heard what Afiq I think he ever do this talk at office of Fast Me office. In a business, they have this certain percentage where you have to go for marketing. So that percentage is very important. So if no matter how big is your how much you have to spend, it depend on how much you earn. You tak boleh suka-suka keluarkan duit daripada itu, just let go.
Yeah,
And
that's the one lah that I heard is like about 10% of your revenue or something like that.
Correct. So if 10%, but if let's say you feel that 10% is too much, so you can because you are the boss, so you can reduce down macam sikit-sikit lah. Yep.
Okay, if I can nudge in, have done branding and PR for big companies for the longest time. Big budget is actually 25% of your total revenue should go to spending for marketing, advertising, and all those collaterals needed, 25%. If you think it's too much, then you reduce it to 20, too much, reduce it to 15. But make sure that you do effective marketing. To do effective marketing, you must know your product satu, talk like you pakai baju. Kedua, you must go to the right market. So you must know where your clients are first. So market research is very important before you even do marketing. Like that lah. So but 25%, kalau ada duit tak ada, you go to 15, 15, you go to 10 ada.
And you can you can find Nazrin to help you.
Either or lah, yeah. Okay, any other questions?
Any more questions?
Senyap dia.
Senyap semua.
Can I ask a question about marketing since we are already on the topic? Just to introduce myself, my name is Fazlo. This is my first time here. And I want to ask, basically, what was mentioned earlier was that marketing should be 25% of the revenue, right?
Okay, hang on, Fazlo. What's your business first?
My business is, I'm doing e-commerce right now. So
e-commerce is a huge vertical. Which one?
Just F&B. So I'm a home-based business and I'm selling bus bun cheesecakes. So the brand is called FAST. We market, yes, FASQUE. So it's a wordplay on bus bun cheesecake. So based on what was mentioned earlier, marketing takes 25% of the revenue. But as a gauge to how well our marketing is doing, what's the average marketing ROI that you seek for every dollar spent on marketing in general for your businesses?
I think I leave it to the Dr. Malik Hassan to speak from a bigger scope first before I talk from the minute branding point of view. Silakan, Doctor.
Okay, Fazlur. Okay, it depends on what kind of where do you look at? You want it to be how much do you spend? 25%. You can look at the costing that you have, the product, how much you come out, you keluarkan duit semua, then your punya customer base, how does it come from? Which direction you will dapat? So to tell you that ROI is a very big thing. Like for me, I can look at I can differentiate between last year and this year in January punya revenue. Then I know, okay, this is how much I get. Then I can do. I can I can tell you, okay, this one in 3 months I can get my ROI back. 6 months I can go my ROI back. But to ask me this question, it depends on your customer base. Then you know how your ROI gonna be. Yeah.
First, you need to know what's the percentage of your buying customers first. One.
Yeah.
Secondly, if let's say you put for every customer that buy $1 of product worth from you, you put aside 10 cents. Let's say this 10 cents you kasih balik pada dia, I give you 10 cents, you bring me another partner, then I give you 50% off. Now that's still a marketing, right? Now, marketing is when you have growth, even though it's 1% linear, like that. So the more you put, okay, so marketing ada two parts. Marketing two parts. One would be, you go to the market telling people you are CRAVE. Orang dah tahu, CRAVE ni mesti nasi lemak. But when I tell people, you go to the market, this is FAST, but FAST ni apa? So you need to do your branding. People must know that you jual apa dulu before people can look at your marketing skills. So you need to talk about your product. You need to write about your product, at least on your Facebook. You need to talk macam you pakai baju, you pakai jam, you pakai you punya mask. You can sell, if you can sell your product to one person every day, then you are training yourself on how you're going to do your branding.
Yep,
Yeah.
Sorry, Di.
Silakan.
I agree with what Di say. When I now what CRAVE is doing now is we are finding a new. Hello, we are finding. Can you guys hear me?
Can.
Okay. What we are doing now is we are getting new brands to come in, and we rebrand the brand. So what Adi says is correct. Whatever brand that we are rebranding it, we will make sure that the customer knows what are they selling. Yes. So like my example, the Nasi Padang, we rebrand it to become Padang Express. So people will know what we are selling. So the branding is very important to do marketing. Yep.
Okay, just before we end this session in another 2 minutes kan, questions from the rest of the team, please be open. Tanya soalan tapi jangan tanya soalan peribadi pada Dr. Malik lah. Okay?
Dr. Malik, there's one from Zahiri in the chat. What if you're already bleeding money? Do we prioritize paying for marketing?
Okay. Good question. If you are already bleeding money, then you have to find fast to talk to him.
Yeah, stop the bleeding first.
Stop the bleeding first. Yes. You don't do marketing first. Find your source where you are bleeding. Then patch it. Then build the money back. Then we start doing a bit of marketing. There will be some marketing, but you do your own marketing. There's a lot of free stuff. Free IG marketing free. You can pakai Hadi skate to masuk skate. Pakai you can give people free stuff and let them, you do your own marketing sendiri. Tak payah nak pump on it. There's a different way to do it.
If you need ideas, you can just approach any one of us. But people must know, the moment I talk about MFP, you know it's an accounting firm. When I talk about puaka, I either speak about Haikal or I speak about his TV. Kan? When I talk about, let's say, Super Penyet, you know, mesti nasi. Right? So these are the things that you need to make sure when you talk about the brand. I check up Toyota, kereta. I talk about 81. Hotel Jahat. You know, something like that. So that is a very strong brand, right? Once you hear the brand, then they start doing the marketing. So if you do not know on how to do free marketing, please approach all the coaches. And I think Dr. Malik, Fazluddin, or all those in the coaching punya hierarchy are able to assist you. If not, can approach any one of us. We are more than happy to assist you. Now, as much as I would like to have more to grill Dr. Malik for the first time publicly, but we also need to make way for the mafia to come and start talking. So, Dr. Malik, before we end this very short, crispy session, maybe a closure from you on what's best to do if we are not doing item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No shortcuts.
No shortcuts.
No shortcuts. You have to do from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 3, 2 cannot. You must do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, you must follow the steps. If you want to be successful. And let me add on the brand names. Make sure your brand names, you know where you want to go with that name. Like if you want to let me this way. If you want to eat burger, you think of what? McDonald's. If you want to eat chicken, you think of what? KFC. So you want to eat crave, you think of nasi lemak. So if you want to see puaka, you look for Haikal. So it's just like that.
Tengok puaka orang ke tengok puaka production?
Kalau nak tengok cerita hantu, tengok puaka.
Situ. Okay. Salah cakap.
Ingatkan kalau nak tengok puaka lain
Itu pun jadi kita punya branding jugalah kan. Jadi kalau puaka cerita pasal apa? Berbual pasal hantu lah ni, puaka punya budak-budak ni.
Okay,
one day we do masak-masak makan-makan apa.
Jadi
kita suruh Adi masak.
Ya,
Sedap.
masak dengan puaka, boleh.
Boleh.
Ataupun lauk puaka.
Masakan puaka ni.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Malik. Kalau you have any other questions, raise your questions in the chat group. I think Ashura dan juga Syahid will be able to mediate that. We will not leave anyone behind. Please, kalau you segan, kalau you pemalu macam Dr. Malik, or you someone who's very shy macam Mr. Puaka, can you just raise your question via the chat group lah. Okay, Ashura and also Shahid will never fail to attend to you. So that's the good thing about having them as your administrator. Now, back on the serious business, right? Now, today we are going to talk about how to align your business and yourself. Now, bila kita melakukan perniagaan is something that we want to do, right? As for Dr. Malik, the business was handed over to him, but he took ownership of the business or the amanah that was given to him. So he aligned the business with himself, not himself with the business. So you want to run the business and how to align your business. First, as what Dr. Malik has mentioned, we will be talking about standard operating procedures, staff, makanan, recipe, MC, leave, this, that, all these things. Kalau CRAVE have 48 SOPs, you might not have anything lesser than 10. Then you grow as we grow. And these SOPs cannot be done in one day. These SOPs have to be done across the time, but there's something that you cannot forget. Now, service offer and delivery, when we talk about CRAVE, we know dia jual nasi lemak. How does he deliver? Through all his franchises. How does the franchise do the standard payout, do the standard payment, do the standard ordering? Everything is done in a manner where everybody can do it without even having a supervisor to monitor. Now, something like that. Secondly is to empower your team. Maknanya, they must know what to sell. They must know what to deliver. They must know what to cook. Kasih, kerja mesti jalan. Okay, now, after that, the measurement and reporting. How, macam tadi kawan kita tanya, Fazlul, right? How do you measure your ROI? So how do you measure your returns and what kind of reporting needs to be done? In order to do all this, let's hand over to Mr. Fazluddin, who is the person who has been piecing us together to make sure that MOTD is beneficial for everyone. Thank you, and let's give a big round of applause virtually to Mr. Fazluddin. Silakan Faz.
Okay, Assalamualaikum everybody. I hope all of you are feeling good and ready for this part of today's MOTD session. All right, so I just want to acknowledge everybody who's present. Thank you very much for coming. Please switch on your videos. Okay, thank you Mira, thank you Shahid, Ashraf, Ashraf Ullah, ya Allah, Ashura, Haikal, Mr. Adi, of course, Dr. Malik, Nadia, Fazlur Rahman, Al-Faiza Ul-Haq, Zahra, tak nampak Zahra, Nur Azlan, Alhamdulillah, thank you. ZMH, who is Zahiri. All right, Farizan, Eva, Fadlaning, Mawada, Kalisa, Azhar, how are you, bro? Siti Azlida, Azmi, Hafiza, Salman Fitri, Muhammad Aminur Rafiq, Dato Alfian, Shafiq, Shanan, Mirza, Hussein Barikan, Khairul Yunus, Rifki, and Shafiq, not forgetting Marjana and Ali Shahab. Alhamdulillah, welcome everyone. So, we have went through the first part of align your business and you in last session. Today we'll go through the next session and I'll go through with you how to do certain things. Okay, last year kita dah buat certain parts of this exercise, but we did it on what to do. Okay, because at that point in time kita semua tengah masalah COVID and we tengah betul-betul terjebak sangat. So I actually go through with you what to do. Quickly kita try to settle things. Okay, but for now kita akan go through how to do it in the best way manner so as to actually optimize the situation lah. Okay, so I'll go through with you some exercises as well. All right, let me just share my screen. Please bear with me. One second, yeah. Okay. All right, so I hope all of you can see my screen. Boleh nampak All right. So, one second, let me just rearrange my windows. Okay, so let's mulakan. Okay, so before kita betul-betul start nicely, just a quick advice, how to win at today's session, please connect, give me 100%, insyaAllah, open heart, open mind, because if we don't open our hearts, we don't open our minds, I think it's very very hard for whatever yang kita go through ni, kita cakap ni to reach into you lah, alright? Okay, and participate fully. So insyaAllah kalau ada questions boleh tanya, no worries. Alright, patience, sabar again, as well, I mean, Sadi also mentioned earlier. Please be patient with you and with everybody else, right? Kita sama-sama belajar. And enjoy the session, kick back, relax, have your bottle with you or have a cup of coffee with you. And dah habis nanti, kalau ada stress ke kalau ada apa-apa, tak apa, it's okay. It's normal part and parcel of, business journey. Just relax and reflect. Alright, so let's go to the next one. And today, insyaAllah, I'll go through SOPs, okay? In the last session, kita dah go through business plan, monetization plan, time horizons, and also good practices. So today, kita akan go through SOPs, and I'll break down for you apa yang perlu buat lah in a very, very simple manner. Okay, the whole idea is always is this, kita in the, we are in the stabilization stage. Okay, kita nak basically nak make sure everything is okay. We are in Malin and McGraw stage, kita nak make sure it's okay. Belum lagi to go into Leviathan stage. Alright, so I'll go through some quick hacks on what to do. We will also look at this, your service offer and delivery, how to actually make it a bit better. Okay, and follow your SOPs yang dah ada. Okay, do what you're supposed to do, jangan buat apa yang you tak supposed to buat. Okay, that is called scope creep. Kalau you tak actually mention apa you're gonna do, people will ask you for more. Imagine orang datang kat Halisa punya ni place, instead of nak suruh ajar anak dia, tuition, dia suruh urut kepala sekali. That's because you tak bilang apa you akan buat, apa you tak akan buat. Alright, okay, can happen, okay. Tapi Tuhan jauhkanlah, insyaAllah. Next will be business DNA, our empowering your team. So here we'll talk about macam mana you nak empower your team. It's bukan senang-senang je. You just hire some people, right? Masuk dalam office. Okay, today you jadi production manager, besok you jadi operation manager. You buat ni, you buat tu, you don't semua just buat aja. Tak boleh. That is over empowerment. Okay? That is too much trust. So you must have certain power which you actually allocate properly. You must give a certain structure, ada certain culture and certain coaching and mentoring which has to be in place as well. We'll go through this bit by bit, okay? And last but not least, I'll go through with you measurement, tidak tertinggal kat tengah tu, measurement and reporting. So what exactly to measure, what exactly to report. Again, kalau you nanti nak go through balik, dah habis tu, when you reflect balik, there are many more things that we can do also. That's the truth. But I'll go through with you the basic fundamentals. Because as I mentioned, this is not for you to grow, scale gila-gila, tak ada. This is for you to actually build on your company first. Okay? Alright? So next, SOPs. Okay, these are the two things that kita akan look at, which is actually workflows and training. Okay, why? Because SOP2 is the standard operating procedure, which we all know the definition, but I just want to reiterate, SOP is cara or how kita buat something. Okay, what to expect, what not to expect. So that benda ni when it's actually being done is within control. Okay, why do people go to, example, Dr. Malik, CRAVE, Nasi Lemak, or why do people go to McDonald's or Burger King or KFC? Is because it's uniform across all the outlets. Alright, you get the same thing everywhere. You expect the same kind of service. Alright, that is because of SOPs yang ketat. Okay, and I'll also go through with you a little bit on how to actually get your people to be trained on it lah. Alright, so I'm going to go through with you quickly a simple punya ni lah example of a workflow. Okay, I hope you guys can see, but basically this is an example of a recruitment process. Sorry, just go back to it. Okay, recruitment process. So in a recruitment process, there will be several things that needs to happen. Okay, so first of all, one of your departments ke ataupun yourself, if you're running this business yourself ke 2-3 orang ke berapa ke, you will need to actually think about, what kind of position that we need, or what kind of, kelemahan yang ada dalam business sekarang. That is called a requirement. What kind of people you need in your business, because ada something yang kurang. Maknanya your production not done in time ke, ataupun you need someone to actually run your ads ke, you need to actually get a kitchen helper ke, something like that, right? And the next thing that you have to do is to actually prepare a job scope. Apa you nak dia buat. Okay, very important, basic but very important. You need to actually indicate betul-betul what is the proper job scope yang you ada untuk orang ni. Okay, kenapa? Because when you hire the person, you expect the person to do the job, right? Okay, and then of course anybody can come and work with you, so you need to have a clear selection criteria. Okay, dalam banyak-banyak orang yang apply kat you, You nak siapa? And remember, if you're running business in Singapore, it's going to be very, very tough if you don't actually have a very clear guideline yourself internally, what kind of people you're going to hire. So you must be very clear. Example, because why? In Singapore, we are also governed by the tripartite alliance and everything. So we have to be very clear and we cannot discriminate against anybody lah. All right. Okay. Things like experience and everything. Do you need experience from who you're gonna hire? So you should also have that. Kenapa? Because certain work, like for example, if you're gonna have someone into your business and you want them to actually do towing services, okay, or you want someone to come in and do logistics services, you need someone who already knows what to do. You want to hire a teacher, just make sure someone who has taught, ada pengalaman and everything, yang can bring something to your business. You cannot just hire anyone, right? Okay. Things like preparation and advertisement. What I'm actually trying to say here is that before you can actually get the right people, yes, of course kita doa and everything for the right people to come, but we also have to spend a little bit of money, perhaps put this requirement out there, either in the papers ke, in online ke, somewhere, so that you can attract the right people. Okay, that is advertisement lah, right? Okay, then at the same time, mungkin insyaAllah many people will come and apply to you. So there is a question of selection, siapa you nak ambil, yang kenapa. Okay, like for example, one of the things that I apply in my Malaysian office, but I do not apply in my Singapore office, is this: kat mana dia tinggal. I'm not talking about rumah bawah ke rumah apa ke, tak ada tau. It's not about the kind of place dia tinggal, but jarak dia berapa jauh from my office. Simple criteria. On top of all the other things lah yang I have my criteria, in Malaysia saja I will also think kat mana dia tinggal. So my office is actually Iskandar Puteri. Kalau orang ni tinggal Pasir Gudang, I will say I think tak payah. Okay, I might pre-select and kita akan call. Kita akan call dulu, kita punya office kat sini. Are you sure you want to apply tak? Kalau dia cakap, yes, tak apa tuan, saya nak cuba juga. Or dia talk to my staff, yes, I really give me a chance. Okay, then we'll give you a chance. If not, I won't. Because why? I know the drive from there to here is going to be very, very tiring. So I don't waste my time. Kalau kat Singapore, insyaAllah tak ada masalah sebab it's actually very, very close. 33 kilometers maximum, and we have MRT for it as well. So no issue. Right? Okay. After you dah shortlist, right, the next thing for you to do is to do an interview. So some people like to do once, some like to do twice. That's up to you also. Okay. So kalau you nak buat sekali, then you nak filter lagi, boleh. Okay. Kalau you tak nak, you just go once saja. And after that, if you think it's okay, you go and offer them, give them a proper offer letter, right? Okay. Communicate your intention for you to hire them. Okay. And also importantly, tell them you need a reply by when, because if not, that offer will lapse. Jangan tunggu je, you offer then you just tunggu je lah. Sebulan tak reply, 2 bulan tak reply, then you tak buat apa-apa, that means something is wrong there. Okay, so you must give a certain cut-off, after which insyaAllah the job offer should be taken up and you're done. So this is a recruitment process example. Okay, I'm not teaching you anything to recruitment sebenarnya. It's about just workflow saja. So if you have been listening to me from just now until now, you might feel I'm actually teaching you about recruitment, betul tak? Okay, because the intention is that this workflow is number one, to make sure that I follow this particular workflow. So when you want to hire someone, for example, and you want to ask someone to actually ikut the way that you want them to follow, this is a workflow for them to follow. So it's for you to actually use, insyaAllah. Okay, this is an example. Alright, so I want to show you, kita akan buat a quick exercise sama-sama. Let me just stop share for a while. What am I? think I can just bring you straight to here. Okay. Can you all see? Can you just give me a visual cue? Can you all see? Okay. Alamak, tak ada orang reply. Okay, thank you very much. Lag sikit lah agaknya. Okay, alright. So let me just besarkan sikit. 1, 2, 5. Okay, so when we actually talk about recruitment and a simple SOP for recruitment, this is what you can do perhaps for your business. Okay. So again, following the same steps study, you could come up with these kind of things like identify other departments' need for hiring. Okay, so someone will actually interview the department manager. So if kalau you make kekurangan is in marketing ke ataupun in production ke something, talk to the department manager. Actually apa yang kurang ada yang tulis. Apa yang kurang adalah apa. Okay, discussion dengan orang pula, dengan head of finance pula, for example. Okay, production punya department ada kekurangan orang. They need someone to actually masak nasi sikit extra sebab there's no time. They need to increase production. Okay, so do we have budget for this? Okay, find out. So kalau you tak ada head of finance, check balik you punya apa projections for the year, your budget for the year that we have thought before and everything, right? Check balik. Kita ada tak cukup kita boleh buat for next month. Can we hire one extra person? Okay, if you can, then after that you confirm what kind of pay that you can offer also for this position, because there's no point you straight away just go and nak hire orang ke, nak advertise everything semua if you don't know whether you can pay or not, and you do not know how much can you pay. Okay, because what's going to happen is that you'll be attracting the wrong people. Okay, so identify the gap that exists. Okay, like for example, really betul-betul document that position yang needed by this department ni, apa dia punya position dia yang sebenarnya. Kadang-kadang kalau you salah-salah cakap daripada example if in my industry okay, if you don't define it properly, daripada accounts assistant boleh jadi accounts executive. Accounts executive pun boleh jadi accounts manager, betul tak? Kerja dia sama tak? Mirip-mirip sama tapi ada berbeza juga. So in your business, you be very, very clear. What is the gap which exists? You want someone to do, you want someone to plan to do, or you want someone to oversee that it is actually being done. Different process. Okay, but you can call the same person very, very similar things. So you need to be very clear on that. Okay, so far guys, I continue, right? Thank you. So then you create a position in an organization. This is the part where you can get creative. But of course, don't get too creative lah. Okay, right? So there are some traditional names which are used for positions in companies. Look up those traditional names. Look up maybe the current names one, of course, right? But keep it real. Okay, don't use something which is over the top than what you are actually offering. Okay, janganlah sampai taruhlah director ke apa benda ke. But then again, the person that you're hiring is not doing that level, because why? There will be a mismatch of expectations. And mismatch of expectations will breed distrust. Distrust will breed anger. Anger lead to fear. Dah macam Yoda pula. Okay, sorry. But you get my drift, Okay? Alright. Then you indicate details of the primary function of this position. Here, I need you to really list down tau. You nak orang ni buat kerja apa actually? Primary functions. Okay, like every day must go to the bank. To do what? To go and, bank in cash. Every day nak kena kopi ikan bilis, example. Every day nak kena wrap buku. Every day nak kena apa. So indicate. Why I say the word every day? Because that is the time frame. That is how often orang ni kena buat. Kalau you tulis saja kopi ikan bilis in your description of the job, primary function of the job, right? But the question is it only going to be doing that every day, every hour? Or dia buat benda tu sikit je. Then dia ada lain benda. So also indicate frequency lah. How much of that work to be expected. Alright? And like it or not, when you're running a business and you're trying to scale up your business, you tengah nak grow sikit, you will always ada secondary function tau. Okay? You yourself ada berapa banyak function kan? Betul tak? You punya primary function agaknya 20. Betul? So kalau you hire orang pun, most likely, you will have one primary function for the person, which the person will do 80% of the time, and another 20% of the time, mungkin dia akan buat 2-3 benda, for example. Okay? So the point is, tulislah what they going to do, the secondary function. Sebab you don't want a situation where orang tu dah start kerja dengan you, right? Then after that, what happens is that, tak ada pun you bilang I nak kena buat all these kind of things. Tak ada pun. So what's going to happen? It's going to be another leceh thing lah. Kan? Nanti gaduh lah, tak happy lah. Right? Unnecessarily, you lose people. So these are the things that you can expect. Alright, now let's hear from you. Okay, so Syafiq, I know you tengah ngantuk ni sikit, kacau you sikit lah. Syafiq also from Puaka. Okay, kalau you nak ambil orang baru, who will the person report to?
Bila ambil orang baru?
Kalau nak hire satu orang baru?
Who the person report to?
Baru kita discuss in the recent one-to-one
If I hire a new person, the person will report to me
Okay. Alright. So position dia apa?
Let's say for my next employment I will need a PA
Okay, good. So that justifies it for this person to report to him because this person is going to be a PA. Right? So no choice. Mesti dia kena handle juga. Right? Okay, kalau next hire ada tak under you, not directly under you, but maybe someone to assist one of your employees, ada tak in the pipelines?
Editor lah.
Okay, so editor report pada siapa bro?
With my senior editor.
Okay, good. So there's already a hierarchy, right? So that means ultimately nak kena prepare a proper hierarchical organization chart lah, right? So they know who they're reporting to. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. Okay, let's see a little bit. Maybe from Eva Fund Learning Center. What's the working hours yang you nak hire orang ni? Example, hypothetically lah, whatever position you nak state pun boleh. Then you tell me the working hours berapa lama?
10 to 4.
10 to 4. Wah, so short eh?
Yeah.
So short eh? Okay, berapa jam tu?
Because my office is home base, it's at my house. So between 10 to 4 is the only time that I'm working. Other than that, I'm tending to my kids. So I cannot have any to come over before or after that time.
Okay, nice. So Ken, I just maybe Ken, boleh, wonderful. So the time is already adjusted. It should be 10 to 4. Ada lunch tak? Lunch break tak?
Ada, but usually they don't go for lunch.
Alamak, kesian lah. Baru nak apply tau. Kita tak ada lunch tak boleh lah. Nanti lapar sih. Alright. Okay, maybe let's hear from mari kita tanya orang baru. Orang baru siapa? Khairul Yunus. Boleh share tak working hours for a new hire? What position and what kind of hours that you gonna do it for?
Okay, Assalamualaikum semua.
Salam.
Okay, I think for me mainly more into marketing specialist lah. And maybe working hour I will look into 9 to 5.
8 to 5. Sorry.
9 to 5.
9 to 5. Okay, alright. Ken. Thank you very much, Syarul. So, kenapa I tanya pasal timing work hours ni? Because of this. Ultimately pun, you as a boss, you also need to know that certain MOM requirements lah. Singapore lain, Malaysia lain. So, nak kena tahu juga. So, kalau kat Singapore, right, the maximum number of hours that you can go and ask your employees to work for and follow the MOM rules is maximum is 44 hours sebenarnya. Okay, but kalau office work, normally you actually cap it at 42.5 hours normally. Okay, but key thing here is always keep it within MOM rules so that you tak payah nak kena justify your position later and it's going to be a bit harder lah. Alright, so kalau kat Malaysia lain sikit, you can actually stretch to 48 hours. Alright, so other things here I mentioned here, nanti don't worry on ni barang-barang insyaAllah for those who are in our coaching program, you will get it as well, so you can just download yourself later on. Okay, location of employment you need to state as well. You tak boleh hire seorang tu untuk you punya office tapi you suruh dia pergi 10 tempat. Ali Shahab, nampak Ali Shahab, he's in UAE. Okay, tak kali lah you hire someone and you kena kerja dekat UAE. Tapi you tak bilang dia tiba-tiba. Pengsan lah kan? Right? So you must also state any benefits that you have memang dah ada, also state it. Alright? If you're offering any allowance, also state it. Okay, now I just want to quickly touch on allowance and remuneration. These two things. Kenapa I cakap ada perbezaan adalah because allowance is something which you give as a variable punya addition to your to the salaries that you offer. Okay? So you need to be very clear sama ada the position, the primary function and the secondary functions that is required kan. Okay, that one bila you bayar tu is actually based on gaji, based on remuneration. Allowance is usually something else. Right? Maknanya dia kena kasih, dia kena tambahkan dia punya responsibility ke, ataupun dia kena kerja lambat ke, dia kena something. So that additional stuff you masukkan dalam allowance. Alright, don't be a tyrannical employer. Forgive the term, but don't be a tyrannical employer and say that your gaji 1,000 aja, tapi allowance you 2,000. Okay, kenapa? Because allowance is maybe attendance based, maybe variable, betul tak? So gaji pokok dia kecil, tapi dia punya variable allowance banyak. Jadi kalau dia tak datang, turun, rasa orang dah kesian. Your employee will really feel the heat lah. So don't do that. Alright. Okay, next. Permanent, temporary, full-time, part-time. Banyaknya, right? So just to take note lah, there's a lot of difference. Permanent dengan temporary beza. Permanent means you ambil dia, that's it, tak ada stop. Temporary means it can be for a short period of time. So the requirement is maybe 1 month ke apa ke, you must stay. Full time, part time, maknanya kalau full time is the 40 something hours lah. Kalau part time is anything shorter than that. It's usually 16 and a half hours and below. Okay, why all these things are important? Because ada banyak repercussions. Especially, I think all of you are running business in Singapore. Okay, kalau part-time punya employees, macam-macam lah. For example, dia punya MOM punya rulings will apply slightly different. Dia punya overtime structure will be different. The things like macam for example, apa yang dia entitled to also will be different. So, banyak benda akan berubah. Okay, right? Also, kalau you nak hire foreigners, your part-timers will not be considered for your your local punya employee count lah. Alright, okay. Okay, next ni dasar sikit-sikit, senang-senang je. So, create the job advertisement. Basically, the objective is to sell the position. Can you easily sell a position just by saying what are you gonna do in my company? No. Right? So, you gotta tell them about my company and why you should work in my company. So, that goes back to tadi yang tadi Dr. Malik mention, Adi Rahman mention, company kena ada branding sikit And branding ni please jangan orbit please. Kita make it nice, international sikit. Okay, gunakan a good image for your company as well. Alright, so that is easier for people to be attracted to come to work for you. Sorry, I know maybe you dengar ni tak best lah. Alamak, aku punya business, nama company aku pun macam merepek. Tak apalah, it's better kita berbual kat sini daripada orang lain cakap something not nice in front of you. That's my intention. The reason is because at the end of the day, you must be able to attract people. And like it or not, when someone actually looks at the profile that you're offering, they will actually judge. Okay, so last but not least, things like interview and selection, that one tadi kita dah cakap. Importantly, hold the interview in a very conducive environment, right? Janganlah, okay, for example, kalau you nak buat over Zoom, go ahead do over Zoom, especially as a pre-interview. Okay, but if you're doing a physical interview, depending on the position and depending on your industry, right? Macam if you're very 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 hype, very hip, very tech savvy and everything, sometimes people just meet over Starbucks and that kind of stuff. That's also fine, right? But try importantly to actually keep or maintain a culture of intimacy and what do you call this? Biar ada confidentiality lah. So orang ni akan talk to you about their past. You're gonna talk to the person about money. So this kind of stuff are very very important, right? And last but not least, know your legalities, meaning prepare your agreement in advance. Jangan tunggu dah bawa dah syok semua balik baru you nak terkira-kira buat agreement. Why I say this? Because it will be better if you can prepare an agreement upfront for that position, not for the person, for the position, so that it's easy for you to get into the conversation. It's easy for you to also check, all right, what's going on kalau you perlu. Okay, simple stuff. All right, let me go back to this, and I think here, just for you to know that basically things like there are things like training and all that which you need to do for your SOPs. Okay, before I hand over to Shahid for a while, I'm going to just touch on this quickly. With a proper SOP in place, with proper flowcharts, these are the things that you can do. You can actually break down things like executor siapa, verifier siapa, and approver siapa for that same position, for that same functions within HR, for example. So you need to know this lah, because why? Bila you nak train orang, kan, you will be able to train each staff in each role, what they're supposed to do. When you actually set up this properly, you can have a clear division of responsibilities. Sorry, point number 2, clear division of responsibilities. Don't just say I want to hire HR je. Tapi HR nak buat apa? So ada 3 macam benda yang boleh dibuat. Alright, and point number 3 is audit process. You're the boss. If you find something is not right in your business, you will want to take action. So you need to know dekat mana problem dekat mana, which part the right thing was not being done. Okay, and last but not least, point number 4 is quality management. Siapa antara kat sini nak buat you punya business, okay, yang saya dengar lah, nak jadi 1 million lah, nak jadi 10 million lah, siapa nak? Boleh angkat tangan tak? Kau rasa tak ada Tak nak skip. Okay, ada yang nak. Okay, so kalau ada yang nak, thank you very much. Yang nak tu please remember, point number 4 is quality management, which is at the end of the day your building blocks for ISO quality assurance. Okay, kalau you run business, you tak ada SOP, tak ada workflow, tak ada apa-apa benda semua, when you want to do ISO, it will be so difficult. Okay, sebab you need to reformat how you think, reformat your employees, and they might also leave you also. So it's going to be a headache. So kalau boleh start sekarang. Kalau really lah you nak jadi 1 million, 10 million, 20 million. Okay, I pernah duduk in a room where orang cakap I nak my revenue berjuta-juta billion. Apa yang pernah dengar? Okay, tapi SOP kena ada lah. Tu je. Alright, so I'm going to pass this over to Shahid now.
Okay, thank you, Coach Faz. Okay, before we move on to the next segment, we'll be having an activity. But for this segment, we have some visitors, some viewers who are actually joining us for the first time. Okay, so to facilitate your experience here, I'll be ushering you into a different room, a separate room, where we will have Ashura as well as Mr. Adi to actually speak to you on how actually what this program is all about, and also how you can benefit further from this program. Okay, so I'll just bring you to the rooms first. All right.
Before you go, can we take one photo together, please?
Oh, okay, can we take one photo?
Jom. So siapa-siapa yang baru join, Zulfikar Yusof, Ali Shahab, tak nampak Syafiq, kalau boleh come silakan depan-depan sikit. Senyum-senyum sikit, jom kita ambil gambar, jom boleh. 1, 2 and 3. Alright, done. Thank you.
Okay, Ken. So I've already opened up the rooms. You can all tak boleh masuk lah. Okay, just wait for everyone to filter out first. Okay, Ken. Okay, so for this activity for this month, actually to expand further about SOP. All right, so we're still on the first topic for today, which is SOP. So just now we learned why is it important to have SOP. All right, why is such a fundamental thing in your business, in your company lah. But the thing is, you know it's important, but how do you go about doing it? How do you exactly write the best SOP that when you give it to your new hire, your new recruitment, you give it to this person, right? Then terus the person is able to do what you need to do to the exact T and to the exact quality and performance that you require lah. So inshallah today I will actually share what I know, what I learned is I think it's effective, so that you can actually use it for your own business as well. Alright, okay, can.
Tapi ini aktiviti Madam Murni tak boleh buat dah. So sorry Madam Murni. Ni aktiviti kalau you buat tak tahu apa jadi, nanti susah.
Okay.
Tak apa, you buat next time insyaAllah.
Next time. Okay, Ken. Boleh. So a very quick definition. Okay, we went through some definitions tadi. Tadi Coach Faz pun explain very bahasa-bahasa punya definition. So basically, from Cambridge Dictionary, the definition of SOP is the official or usual way that people are expected to do particular things in the company or your organization lah. So the keywords is 2 keywords: the usual way and your expected. So macam it's macam common sense lah, this kind of things. So the thing about this SOP, right, when you think it's common sense, right, tapi you have to think about it. Lain orang ada different level of common sense tau. To you is this level of common sense, tapi to another individual it can be different. So how do you get that SOP kan to make sure that one SOP addresses everybody punya expectations? Itu yang kita nak rumuskan hari ni. Okay, kita ada aktiviti sikit hari ni, so to facilitate your learning. Alright, so this session kan, semua lipat-lipat lah sikit. Okay, kita akan buat satu paper balloon. Okay, in this session lah, insyaAllah, you will know why when you go through this activity. I want all of you to prepare a piece of paper. Okay, tu lipat-lipat. Ustaz Nafi jangan tersandar ya. Okay, ambil paper. Tu lipat-lipat. Get paper. Get loose paper. Ustazah Muni, please keep your hands on the steering wheel. Jangan lepaskan steering wheel. Jangan. Yang lain, okay, Ustazah. Haikal dah siap dah. Syafiq. Okay. I think Mirza dah pernah go through this activity. He will find it very familiar. Okay, dah ready semua, tiba-tiba semua hilang dari skrin. Alamak. Lisa, Lisa, Ustaz Azmi, Nadia. Okay. So in this session kan, you all will actually, I will give you a set of instructions. Okay, you will follow these set of instructions to actually create a paper balloon. So end of the day, okay, not end of the day lah, end of this activity, nanti what you should see is you should be able to create this paper balloon here lah. So I will show you all the steps. I will show you everything. Just make sure you'll be able to get the paper balloon lah. So kita okay to start. I think kita masih missing 2 people. Okay. Okay. Tak apa. In the meantime, while kita start dulu lah Okay. So these are the instructions. Okay, I listed down from step 1 from the top left. Step number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 steps here. Okay. Your job is to follow all these steps and fold your paper balloon lah. It's actually that simple. Alright. Okay. So without further ado, okay, we can start. You have 5 minutes to complete this. Alright. All okay to start? Okay to start? Hafiza okay?
Nak tanya.
Yes. Apa dia Syafiq?
Kertas dia kena A4 rectangle ke kena square?
It's a very good question. So number 1 is kertas dia kena kertas square.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
No problem. Kita start lah
Tapi instruction cakap rectangle.
Macam mana ni cakap rectangle?
Tu number 1.
To fold downwards to make a rectangle.
Oh, to make a rectangle. Okay. Nanti panggil my anak buat lah
Ustaz Azmi hilang terus.
So paper dia nak kena square lah?
Tadi Syafiq kata dah, square.
Masih Syafiq ni tak bilang lah. Kira kan siapa first menang
nak first menang.
Tak.
First menang dapat extra 5 minutes dengan coach for your one-to-one.
Bukan date dengan you lah.
Dengan date dengan saya kenapa Ustaz? Lain macam je.
Okay. Tengah minta tolong orang.
Minta tolong? Kenapa?
Tengah cari square paper. Paper semua rectangle, takkan potong jadi square.
Tu macam mana tengah tunjuk how he folded to actually make the square paper. Okay, dah 2 minutes gone. 2 minutes gone, lagi 3 minit je. Sekarang okay, how many dah kat step number 4? Siapa dah kat step number 4 sekarang? Madam Farizan, insyaAllah.
Baru dapat paper.
Azhar okay Azhar. Okay. Very promising. Okay, just under 3 minutes left. Miza okay, Miza? Is this okay? Nadia okay, Nadia? Tak okay. Tak apa, just try your best.
Asyik baik madam bagi tak buat tau.
Tu lah. Lisa okay, Lisa?
Abang Rasa dah siap lah.
Siap.
Masya Allah.
Tapi ada sikit nak betul aja lah. Dia boleh apa?
Solid lah bro, solid. Tak apa, kita kasih semua orang chance, insyaAllah.
Masya Allah, dia dah dapat dah.
Pressure semua orang Allah.
Syafiq tengah lipat ke tengah typing tu, Syafiq?
Madam Farizan dengan Ustaz Hanafi tengah ni tau, tengah racing tau. Siapa boleh dapat dulu?
Kalau dia tekan lipat kain macam ni bagus juga.
Lipat kain.
Saya ada cikgu kat sebelah ni.
Alhamdulillah, dia expert ni. Susah ni.
So how tell me?
Tak dapat ke Syadan?
Start lah nombor 8.
Nombor 8.
Aku kena pusing balik ah.
Oh, Madam Farizan dah dapat dah. Dahsyat dah. Ustaz Hanafi Ustaz Hanafi pun terror juga dia Masya-Allah.
Dia kalah Ustaz.
Dia kalah.
Nampak kan siapa selalu lipat kain kat rumah?
Mira dapat Mira dapat Okey, Mira pun dapat. Oh, tapi terkeluar sikit. Terjuntai tu apa tu?
Betul.
Ingat tak nampak kan?
House, Sister Hadisa and Nadia dapat tak? Ustaz Azmi nanti dah pergi beli paper dah. Baru balik.
Kita tengah teamwork kat office. Macam mana nak solve?
Oh,
teamwork. Okay. Okay, actually, I give you all about another 30 seconds lah. Time dah habis, tapi I give you another 30 seconds to actually just finish up your last few folds ke yang masih folding ke. Alisha, okay?
Dia tengah lama. Why am I doing this?
Nadia dapat. Kau ni betul you buat ke atau ni you pinjam yang kawan punya?
Sister Zara dah dapat
Okay,
almost there.
Oh, Ustaz Hanafi pun dah dapat.
Ustaz Hanafi pun dah dapat. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, just another 10 seconds to just finish up.
Dapat ni, Ultraman. Dia tak jadilah.
Syahid calls it off ni everybody share what you have, okay? Kita take one photo, okay? Boleh? Kalau boleh tiup silakan.
Syahid pun dah dapat dah.
Razif pun dah siap lah.
Besar ni.
Okay.
Okay, nobody, sorry.
Okay, time's up everybody. Okay, jangan malu, jangan segan. Silalah tunjuk apa yang you ada sekarang. Okay.
Okay, ready, one. Tapi nak nampak muka lah Ustaz. Nanti tak boleh nanti, sayang. Okay,
Madam Muni senyum Madam Muni
Okay, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, got it. Alhamdulillah. Sorry, we take one more. Just in case, I think tadi Sister Azmi tak dapat. Okay, jom. One time. Okay, jom. 1. I can't. Jadi apa tu? Okay, jom. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, set. Thank you very much.
Okay, so from that picture I nampak, okay, all of you kan, most of you actually, okay, some of you ada dapat lah, some of you are in some kind of form tapi you're not able to get through. Okay, so before we move on kan, okay, let's do this together, the learning points. Okay, for us, I believe that there's quite a few of us here kan, I don't believe everyone have the same learning point. So the thing is, I want all of you to tell me, okay, we will do this together. What is your learning points from this? What do you feel can be improved when you go through this process? Because the instruction semua sama, time sama, you only see the same screen, tapi end of the day, your korang semua keluarkan different barang. So maybe what's the learning point that you want to input lah. So everybody can just throw in or just shout in your input boleh.
Jom.
Kalau pada saya pre-production tu nak kena betul.
Apa tu pre-production?
Tak prepare.
Okay, that means
pre-production semua nak kena betul lah.
Pre-production. Okay. So dia prep work. So make sure dah ada kertas, jangan pula dah start time tepi. Mana kertas? Mana kertas? Okay.
Itu kan kalang kabut dan itu membuatkan kerja tu jadi kucak-kacir lah.
Ya saya, betul. Okay, so do not compromise on quality. Okay, ada lagi tak?
Experience.
First result.
Okay, jap. Okay, tadi apa Syana apa? Experience.
I had a deprived childhood lah.
Okay, so with experience, actually it determines whether you're able to complete this activity. You had your help of your child, jadi you were able to complete kan dia punya ni. Okay, can. Boleh. Thank you. Tadi Wani Faizan kata apa?
Fast action, fast result. Kita pun tak buat preparation. Then I just run like with this dengan this paper. So kita tengok.
Okay, fast action, fast result.
So the key thing here is basically to cepat-cepat cuba lah. Betul tak? Is it? Okay.
Tak jadi cantik pun actually kau tengok depan-depan. Yang penting cubalah.
Alright.
Okay. Ada lagi? Siapa lagi ke? Takkan
Kan, silakan Sister Lisa.
Kena harus adapt. Because when I first started, I couldn't do second step because I had rectangle paper. So then after that, I just took scissors and cut it into square shape.
Okay.
Superb. Okay. That's a very good point.
Okay.
Because if you notice, right, kita tak tahu apa paper you're supposed to use, right?
We have to understand.
Tak define.
Apa dia?
We have to understand dia punya workflow dari sana tu lah, step by step, then understand dia punya meaning dia, reflect direction dia. We need to know all these things.
Superb. Kita go back to Sister Harisa just now.
Seek help cepat bila tak sure.
Seek help. Okay.
This is a very, very important punya point because a lot of actually new employees or new recruitment when they first coming kan, ada problem, don't diam je, don't segan, don't takut nak tanya help. Okay, kadang lelaki juga kalau actually don't sesatkan nak tanya direction pun sama juga, so it's about the same thing lah. So the new employees, so macam dia segan nak tanya, so it's important before anything happens kan, don't waste time, just ask for help. Okay, seek help.
It's also relevant to business owners kan, betul tak? Not just employees je.
Okay, ada lagi?
Lagi, a good instruction can come up with a good result. Yeah, clear, the clarity is there lah.
Okay, ada lagi? Wow, bagus juga. Ada lagi?
Tambah.
Apa dia?
Don't even start doing when you don't really know.
Ui, okay.
Wow, garang tu.
Okay, can I add?
One second. Kita go back to Madam Moni. She was saying something. One second.
I sebagai observer tapi tak buat kan. I think patutnya Syahid kena tunjuk daripada awal. Tunjuk depan macam mana.
Ni cikgu-cikgu punya input ni.
Dahsyat tu. Okay, alright.
Okay, tadi who was it tadi yang
Sister Zahra.
Okay.
Oh, okay. If we are lost in between the steps, we have to refer back to the steps from the start or from where we are having difficulties.
Okay. So that means kita kena refer balik to the instructions. Go to a reference point lah. Okay. And also audit what was done.
Audit wah.
Bagus ni nampak.
Ada lagi? Anyone? Miza senyap je Miza.
Miza, kau dah minum banyak sangat dah kau punya drink, Miza.
Because he actually went through this activity with me. He actually learned this activity with me.
Alright, nice.
Okay, kau tak ada? Okay.
Okay, wait. Before you continue, cakap one second. Ada anybody kita miss out tak?
Mira. Abang Un punya ni.
Tadi Nadia dah cakap something. Dengan Ustaz Azmi. Dah cakap something tak?
Belum.
Silakan.
Actually, I had the same point as Ustazah Murni, which is I am a visual learner. So, I kena orang tunjukkan dulu. Tak boleh follow up.
Okay, very good. Okay, Ustaz Azmi ada lipat tak?
Sorry, tadi I was out for a while.
Oh,
kan? Ustaz pergi beli paper lah. Cakap you tadi.
Okay, boleh. Mira, you have any inputs tadi? You were saying something
No.
Tak ada. Okay, tak apa. All okay, kita boleh move on. Okay, so with all these points kan, you actually give me as what you experience when you go through the the SOP tau. This is what happens when as a new recruit or as a new employee to the company, when your supervisor or your boss or your manager gives you an SOP kan, when you follow, as if you don't have proper set of SOP kan, all of these things will happen lah. You're supposed to get product A, tapi yang keluar product D, E, F. So and the same instructions were given to all of you, tapi all of you actually, most of you actually get different products. Okay, so all these, I'll just go through all the learning points. Pre-production to not compromise on quality. Okay, this is actually to add on to Ustazah Murni and Sister Nadia's punya point. Have a demonstration. Okay, before we start something, when you want to teach somebody, show them how to do it so that they know they can relate it. Those who are visual learners, all right. There's a few different learners in out there. So those visual learners, they will learn from how they see it being done. Okay, same thing with experience. Okay, everybody have different experience. When they come to your company, everybody won't have the same experience. Lain people different background, daripada secular background, daripada madrasah background, daripada luar negeri. So everybody have different experience. So you cannot assume that they know the same thing. You cannot assume that they're able to perform to the same points. Okay. And next time, get things done fast, try importantly. Okay, ni bercanggah dengan Razi punya point. Razi punya point is, kalau tak tahu, jangan start. When Farizan pula is actually kita start dulu, kita go je. So there's a difference. Okay, both are not wrong tau. Okay, this is applicable on is in what aspect. Okay, for Razi maybe it's because of production. Let's say kalau you start, you won't be able to go back to the previous steps. That's why. For Farizan pula, you start dulu, apa-apa kita boleh selalu retract balik. So this is important. So it depends on how you want to start your SOP lah. Okay, so both actually is correct. All right, adapting is about the same thing. Understand the workflow, prepare direction of the job. Same thing with pre-production. Make sure everything is proper before you start. Seek help when needed. Okay, when you got problem, please reach out. Okay, don't hold it to yourself. Jangan dah macam make the problem become bigger sampai dah betul-betul tak boleh dah bernafas lagi baru you seek help. Seek help early, jadi you punya stress pun kurang. Okay. Last one here, and last one for this slide is good instruction, hence good result clarity. Same thing lah, the demo. Choice of words also. Next one, okay, dah covered, demonstration. If we are lost, okay. For this one, okay, SOP kan, it's a good thing that if you are lost kan, you must always have a checkpoint. Okay, so I go back to this slide, number 7. Okay, this is a very good point that was brought up. Contoh, as a employer kan, you see this SOP from step number 1 to step number 11. There's a lot of steps. Okay, you must tell your employee, okay, once you reach step 4, do a check. Make sure you punya gambar macam gini. Baru you move on. Kalau let's say you reach step 4 and your barang tak macam gini, don't move on first. You make sure betulkan dulu, baru you move on. So these are the small things you have to create in SOP. Make sure at each point, there's certain points you have a checkpoint. Make sure everything is correct, baru you move on. Rather than you move on, then tiba, alamak, salah, then you come back again. Okay, so this will make it much more efficient and much more productive lah, insyaAllah. Okay, alhamdulillah, this is very good. Okay, now I go on to this. This is a guide. Okay, this is a guide I got from my trainer when I learned about this SOP writing in your course. Okay, this is a guide to the SOP. So number 1 is always draft your SOP. You want to prepare SOP for example nak goreng ayam, in the sense of macam apa ni Dr. Malik punya experience Lemak kan, goreng ayam you kena timbang dia punya tepung, dia punya air, dia buat batter dia punya temperature, how to goreng ayam. Write down all of these things proper. That's the draft. Make sure four times. Make sure everything's okay. All right. Make sure you go through macam make sure apa ni no instruction was left out. All the keywords are being used. Make sure it's idiot proof. Walaupun you see from different angles. Jadi kalau different people see the one SOP, satu produk je yang akan keluar. Okay. Gather observation, gather feedback. Sebab different people have different feedback. Tadi kita buat all of us semua kasih lain feedback. Okay. Some similar tapi majority semua lain. Okay, get feedback from people, test it out first, then validate, conduct a review. Once all okay, then you can issue the SOP. Alright, this is just a guide lah on how to prepare your SOP. Okay, welcome back to the rest. Let me just finish up on this part. Okay, this one, kalau nak ambil screenshot or gambar, please take. This is how an SOP will look like. Dia punya rangka, dia punya format lah in a sense. So you have the title of the SOP. You put the purpose of the SOP, introduction. Then you have the conditions or assumptions lah. Macam tadi, dia lipat kertas. What was the condition? Condition was supposed to be a square paper kan? Tapi it wasn't mentioned. Terus bila Syafiq tanya, baru I said. So all these kind of conditions, assumptions, please put it down. Jadi macam when they see all this SOP kan, they know, oh, before I start, I must have this scrap paper. Kalau tak scrap paper, I cannot start. Alright, then the procedure being macam, let's say dia punya step 1 to step 10 and everything lah. Then the conclusion, the follow up. Let's say you dah sampai ni, what's supposed to happen next? What's supposed to happen? Then if there's a need to, you have appendices your flowchart, your form templates. Let's say you reach step number 4, you need to have this form, fill up this form and submit to this relevant authority. Contoh. Okay, so please have the supporting documents accordingly lah. So this is a simple guide. If you have more questions, you can always raise up to our coaches during your one-to-one sessions. Then we'll be more than happy to actually assist you accordingly. All right. Are we okay to move on, Ashura?
Yes. Are we having a break?
Okay, we can go for a break lah. Yeah. Okay, we can go for a break. Okay, we have a short 10 minutes break, everybody. So to freshen up, go get a drink of water. Okay, go for a break, 10 minutes one, a short one. Then we'll come back again. We go to the next part of the session.
Thank
All right.
you, Daddy.
Thank you, everybody.
See you, everybody.
Another break. I ain't even gonna call you, no babe. The best thing I ever did was to let you go. Did you think you were the only one who could save me? I ain't gonna take it back like I did before. No. So be good about myself, yeah. I'll find a way to dance without you. In the middle of the crowd, I forget I love to play the side. Oh, so tonight I'll sing another breakup song. So turn it up, let it play on and on and on and on. For all the times they screwed us over, let it play on and on and on. Just another breakup. I'm good without you. For all those tears that I cried, I sing it louder tonight. Let it play on and on and on and on and on. So tonight I'll sing another breakup song. So turn it up, let it play on and on and on and on. For all the times they screwed us over, let it play on and on and on. Just another breakup. We're 1,000 miles from comfort. We have traveled land and sea. But as long as you are with me, there's no place I'd rather be. I would away forever, exalted in the sea. As long as I am with you, my heart continues to beat. With every step we take, Kyoto to the bay, strolling so casually. place I'd rather be. I'd rather be.
Oh my God, these feelings just begun. I'm saying things I've never said, doing things I've never done. Oh my God, when I see you I should it right. But I'm frozen in motion and my head tells me to stop. Tells me to stop feelings I feel about us. Try to fight it, but it's never enough. My heart is hurting, it's more than a crush. Cause I'm frozen in motion and my head tells me to stop. But my heart goes cause my heart goes. Oh my God, can't believe what I've become. I'm thinking things I shouldn't think, singing songs I've never sung. Oh my God, when I see you I should run. But I'm frozen in motion and my head tells me to stop. Tells me to stop feelings I feel about us. Try to fight it, but it's never enough. My heart is hurting, it's more than a crush. Cause I'm frozen in motion and my head tells me to stop. But my heart goes cause my heart goes. But my heart goes. Cause my heart goes. My head and my heart. My head and my heart. I can tell them apart. Hands tell me to run, but I can't. Cause my heart goes. Cause my heart goes. Oh my God, this feeling's just begun. Saying things I've never said, doing things I've never done. Oh my God, when I see you I should it right. But I'm frozen in motion and my head tells me to stop. But my heart goes.
It's a classic me mistake. Someone gives me love and I throw it all away. Tell me, have I gone insane? Talking to myself, but I don't know what to say. Cause you let go, and now I'm holding on. I guess you don't know what you got until it's gone. Sometimes you gotta lose somebody just to find out you really love someone. Oh, and I do, and I do, and I do, yeah. Sometimes you gotta lose somebody just to find out you really love someone. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you gotta lose somebody. So don't tell me it's too late. Hearts are made to bend, baby, please don't let me break it. I knew I should have stayed, cause now you're moving on, and I don't know what to say. Cause you let it go. Now I'm holding on. I guess you don't know what you got until it's gone. Sometimes you gotta lose somebody just to find out you really love someone. Oh, and I do, and I do, and I do, yeah. Sometimes you gotta lose somebody just to find out you really love someone. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you gotta lose somebody. Sometimes you gotta lose somebody. Sometimes you gotta lose somebody just to find out you really love someone. Oh, and I do, and I do, and I do, yeah. Sometimes you gotta lose somebody just to find out you really love someone. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you gotta lose somebody.
Asyura layan aku lah. Boring kan, tak ada orang, semua hilang. Tak ada
Orang
orang yang patah
senyap
balik.
aja. Hai. Hai. Hai Farizan.
Hai. Ada je kita kat sini.
Oh ada okay.
Semua orang segan lah. Previous hari ni segan-segan. Tengok Kak Elfa tu senyum-senyum cakaplah something kan. Hai Brother Azlan. Jadi siapa? Aku kacau je orang.
Ya tu main kacau-kacau orang. Jangan kacau-kacau orang lah. Tak bagus macam itu.
Aku cakap hai je. Orang
Kacau tu cikgu geografi.
Ada cikgu geografi?
Ada.
Kat tepi tu.
Ada dia senyum besar tu nampak?
Bos dah datang.
Ada seluk tak nak kacau orang?
Hai Brother Hamid.
Hai.
Lama tak jumpa.
Lama tak jumpa Hamid. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. So phase 3 has been great for us. Alhamdulillah.
Good.
Not yet in the green, but insyaAllah we'll be back. InsyaAllah soon.
Tak nak green bro, nak black bro.
Sorry
it's either black or red. Tak nak green, takut tu.
Yes, ni pun ada orang kat in our workshop, so tengah COVID mode.
I see. Anyway, we always doa for you bro, insyaAllah. Do your best.
Amin. Thank you.
Right man.
Okay, our sis Hafizah is having a technical problem. So
no sound.
Hai Cik Nadia, first time saya nampak awak. Yeah, Bos Lisa senyum-senyum. Hi. Okay, shall we get back to our second segment of the content? If you are ready, Mr. Coach Fast, all yours.
Alright, boleh. Bismillah. Ken, thank you so much. I hope all of you had a good break. Dapatlah minum sikit ke apa-apa kan, pergi tandas ke apa-apa. Alright, so kita akan continue balik. Okay, let me just share my screen again. 1 second. Okay, I hope you all can see it lah InsyaAllah. Boleh Okay, tak ada orang cakap tak. Okay,
boleh.
Bismillah. Okay, so we were previously at this stage just now, at the activity stage. So I'll go on from here, right? So next we're gonna look at this part called service offer and delivery. Okay, so here things that I want to ask you when we look at this is this: what are you selling? What problem are you solving? Okay, and then when you are very sure basically what you're selling, what problem you're solving, then baru you need to consider something like what is included in your solve, okay, and what is not included. So you have to define the scope properly. Okay, so practical applications, like especially in service industry, you need to be very, very clear what you will do, what you will not do. Okay, so Shafiq, running TV program, production and all that. You guys, in education and all that. Hamid in balloon punya industry. Very, very important that you actually have a very, very clear scope. Apa you akan buat, apa you tak akan buat. Okay, don't do anything extra. That is scope creep, and it's gonna cut your profits, right? Okay, and last but not least, you need to also ask a question: how are you selling it, and how can the customer buy it? Okay, I tell you honestly, banyak businesses bila orang start, usually dia nak jual tau. Dia ada something yang dia suka nak jual. Okay, tapi dia tak tahu actually apa problem dia tengah solve. Kalau you boleh translate apa you nak jual into a problem that you are trying to solve, then orang boleh identify with what you are doing. Okay, so maknanya you need them to identify with you. Basically get them on board lah. Dia ni sebenarnya nak solve aku punya problem ni. Right? Baru is easier for you to actually bridge the gap. Okay, so example we have our brother Salman Fitri here. So kalau Salman cakap, guys, aku nak urut kau. So Salman runs a masseuse, a very professional masseuse. He's wonderful, okay? And I have a date with you insyaAllah when I come back. Okay bro? Boleh insyaAllah Okay. So kalau dia cakap dia cuba nak massage orang je, kan, you will not feel that this is something that you need. Faham tak? Ini dia shock dia nak massage orang. But if you can translate it into a problem that he's actually providing a massage service which unlock something ke, make you be able to be rejuvenated ke, atau make you be able to think clearer ke, I don't know, but that's up to him. Okay, and the info that he can give you is actually based on his clients. Because his clients yang dah menikmati apa yang dia kasih. Right? So you translate it into a problem that you're solving. And then also you must be very, very clear apa you include, apa you tak include. So for someone, example, if you say someone come for a head massage, then you only massage head and shoulders, for example. Anything else, tak lah. Okay? So it has to be very, very clear. So how you gonna say it? How you gonna do it? That one is up to you. Some in service industry, you nak ada agreement, nak ada sign. So for example, Shanan, in his IT industry, kena ada agreement. Okay, because most of his buyers are businesses. Shafiq pun sama, right? So nak ada sign dengan Mediacorp dulu. Jangan nanti dia minta you macam-macam barang pula. Right? So it has to be very, very clear. And last but not least, how are you selling it and how can the customer buy it? So be very, very clear. Nak how to transact with you, mesti ada atur cara dia. Mesti ada tata cara, tata cara dia. So meaning you come and purchase it online ke, you come and make a request ke, there must be a certain way. Either by email ke, that one define. So a quick tip for all of you, just make it as easy as possible. Provide as many avenues as possible. Okay, and lepas you dah provide all the avenues, tengok efficiency. Okay, which avenue gives you the best results. Okay, so now let's see it as in action. Let's see in action, inshallah. So for service offer and delivery, these are the two things that you need to have. You need to have a proper spec sheet. You need to have proper terms and conditions. Okay, so apa benda ni spec sheet? Anybody boleh guess tak? Can I hear from you guys? I think I'm going to ask a technical person, orang yang memang ahli dalam benda ni. Ustaz Azmi, bismillah, silakan. What is a spec sheet, Ustaz? Kenapa you expert in this, Ustaz? Maybe you boleh share pun.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. Azmi from AAR Services. Apart from that, I also have an engineering company. So, tak tahulah kenapa start fast apa tu pada fast. Coach Faz ask me to do spec sheet. Okay, spec sheet is basically it lists down lah kan the things that is basically included. Okay, for example, if you want to put together a certain items, what would be the individual parts that you actually need to put them together. So that will actually make up the spec sheet in order for you to be able to put together. Macam kita pun basically macam something like before kita beli dekat IKEA kan, before we can even assemble the part itself, it will give us a diagram, and together with diagram they give a breakdown of the things that we must have. Kalau anything missing, then we need to make sure that we cannot put it together lah. So this is the importance of spec sheets. Wallahualam.
Syukran jazilan. Alright, wonderful. Okay, maybe you can hear from one more person. Apakah terms and conditions? Boleh tak anybody yang ni boleh share? Silakan, open to the floor. Terms and conditions tu apa benda? As far as offer and delivery is concerned. Silakan Haikal, bismillah.
Okay, kalau for terms and condition, what I can think of untuk kita maybe it will be macam apa yang tak termasuk. Okay, for this amount, what is the services that I provide? What is the services that is not included? And of course, there will also be, for my case, will be your payment terms, things like berapa lama you nak kena bayar, how you can pay me, things and that. And then condition also termasuk macam apa what do I have inside or things like if there's doesn't mean hari ni your booking is with me, that I don't have to necessarily be there. I can send someone else to go down to your place instead. So those are the things that I personally have on my terms and condition.
Superb. Fantastic. I nak tambah sikit je. Actually, you gotten a lot of deal from Ustaz Azmi and from Haikal already. So, terms and condition tambah sikit. You must also indicate what can go wrong. And kalau what can go wrong, apa you akan settle, apa you tak akan settle. Okay? So, dia ada banyak if. If and also this thing called, thank you, this thing called variation. Variation maknanya, for example orang tu datang kat, okay, I kasih Salman example Musaj dia datang kat Salman, dia cakap I nak 1 hour head and shoulder. Okay, so Salman dah ada booking tau, dia punya assistant dah bookkan next 1 hour punya booking, dah ada orang example. Tapi kan this uncle bila datang dia kena urut kepala, dia rasa macam mak Datuk ni syurga punya dalam, punya atas, punya tepi ni betul-betul best Okay, dah halfway dia cakap, brother Salman, can you extend for me another 1 hour not? I want to do full body massage can or not? Jawapan dia apa bro? Salam. Kau sikit bro, tak dengar.
Boleh dengar
Boleh.
Okay. So Salman Fitri here, I'm the founder of Master Remedy. So alhamdulillah I've been in your I went through your MOTD session in last year October So after kita dah berbual semua, alhamdulillah I managed to upstep my TNC. So kirakan sekarang alhamdulillah all my clients, they somehow know and they are quite disciplined and committed to what they want. So they know that my TNC, kalau diorang tak boleh make it, they have to inform 8 to 12 hours before, because after that if they inform last minute, they will be charged a penalty fine. And then for example, if they really cannot make it last minute, valid reason, for example medical ke, ada any incident rumah, accident, tu semua kita boleh excuse lah. But they have to come up with any proof. So my TNC is very clear inside the invoicing, and they know that they are macam penalized atau forfeit their packages if, for example, they can't make it or they can't they cannot come out with a good reason. So for the past 5 months, alhamdulillah, things have been going quite well. Semua yang tak boleh make it one day in advance orang dah bilang, ada yang 1 week before dah bilang. So last minute case, so far out of my 300 plus clients sekarang 3 orang je yang kena penalty, and then they actually paid it, which is I was quite shocked lah, diorang sanggup bayar because they already know that the TNC is quite strong. Yeah. Thank you so much.
So dia boleh extend tak kalau dia nak extend from you tiba-tiba?
Boleh, but they have to reschedule their another appointment because they know that my slots are always full.
Okay. So maknanya kalau dia nak suddenly tengah-tengah show tu, dia nak suruh tambah tak boleh?
Tak boleh, pasal dia orang tahu after that dah ada orang lain datang.
Okay, super. So that's how you run your business. Okay, so variations and everything must already be pre-planned. Okay, so you can either do it the easy way, maknanya you plan dulu, awal-awal you start fikir dulu. As a consumer, as someone who's going to be your customer, to your services and your products, nak beli apa benda semua, apa to expect. Ataupun you can tunggu sampai happen to you, baru you akan take precaution measure. Sure, silakan. Tak dengar, kena unmute.
Okay, I remember about one thing I was informed by you, Dr. Malik semua. So basically they know that after a few months of their commitment, whatever they pay upfront for the packages are also not refundable. Unless, macam example, I also follow up with them. For example, this someone dia sign 10 session example. and then after 5 sessions, something happened to them, accident ke atau like meninggal ke, all that kind of thing. So the balance 30% or what somehow on the TNC that we agreed on, we pass on to their beneficiary lah, their wife ke anak ke. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Superb. So this to basically protect what you have collected lah, right? So unless it's really valid, baru boleh pay out back. If not, then you don't. Alright. So I think you all basically get an idea lah. Okay, get an idea. So I want to show you a simple punya example. Okay. So this is a simple one. So on my page here, I'm going to show you. This is what we all want to do actually, but we can't do it now. Okay, which is actually go to booking.com. Okay, because we can move, right? Most of us. Okay, so this is booking.com. Someone tell me a destination tak? I think let's go Malaysia lah, since dia dah buka kat sini kan. Anybody can tell me where shall we go?
Melaka.
Melaka, okay, bismillah, jom. Alright. Okay, bila nak pergi? Lusa. Saturday.
Besok ah. Besok tak boleh, besok nak nak booking semua mahal.
I see. Okay, kita stay 3 days, okay? 3 days. 2 adults. Alright. Okay, now. You guys okay? We stay at 𝑑3 by Hilton?
Okay.
Ada kelas kan? I tengok Siti Azrina macam tak happy lah. I think dia punya kelas lagi tinggi sikit. You nak stay kat mana? Boleh tak? 𝑑3 boleh? Okay, bismillah. Jom kita try. Okay, so this is 𝑑3 by Hilton, Melaka. Alright. So when you look at this page, I want you to actually model for your business. Because why? Dia tell you siang-siang tu, dia rating dia berapa? 8.5. That means what to expect. Okay, there's a rating there. Okay, how the rating is actually come up with, this is actually broken down. Okay, now you look at the photos. You boleh nampak boleh? Can see, right? Okay, so you look at the photos. So this is also to tell you what to expect. Maknanya is to make your expectations are in check. Alright, now you go down some more. Okay, this is the story about the place. Okay, that you're going to be getting world-class service at 𝑑3 by Hilton. Okay, alright, whatever that is ideal is here. It's perfect for a 2-night stay because of location and everything. Okay, kita go down some more. Now, they inform kita what the facilities are. There, facilities are here. Okay, why they tell us what facilities are there? This is dia punya specs sheet lah. Okay, now go down some more. Now baru they talk about availability. This is what's available kalau based on what your choice is. Now, these are the rooms yang ada. Okay, so kalau you see every single room yang ada twin guest bedroom, dia dah ceritakan dah. You're gonna get 2 single beds, air conditioned twin room, open so view lah, dapat rebut semua, it's all here. And what you expect to get inside this room is all stated here. Okay, now you can also choose. You nak bayar lebih sikit ke, nak bayar kurang sikit ke, nak dapat breakfast ke, tak ada breakfast ke, it's all here. Sorry I know you all tengok ni mesti bingit tapi I boleh pergi tau actually. InsyaAllah soon I can go. sorry. Okay, if you want a king punya guest room, right? This is what you're gonna expect. Extra large double bed and everything. Now you as a person who's reading this, tengok benda ni, your expectations are actually being met. Because you tengok macam, okay, this is what I, kalau aku bayar macam gini, aku dapat gini semua. You rasa comfortable tak? Anyone boleh angkat tangan tak? Do you feel comfortable tak? You boleh trust tak? Boleh Alright, it becomes easier, right? So you are now making it easier for the person to trust you, for the person to buy from you. Okay, now kita go further. Kita turun bawah ni. Okay, dia kasih guest review. Okay, hotel surroundings, apa lagi semua tengok. Banyak, everything's here. Okay, now if you notice kat bawah sini, dia akan also mention here, house rules. House rules is the terms and conditions. Tadi semua spec sheet. Ni is the terms and condition. So kalau you nak check in, you kena masuk pukul berapa? 3 PM. Can you come earlier? Most likely tak boleh. You can come but you cannot come in You cannot check in basically. Alright, check out is what time? 12 o'clock. Okay, cancellation policy is here. So keyword here is policy. These are the things that you have to follow. Your rules. Okay, cancellation, refundable, damage deposit, who stays in the room is also mentioned. Okay, alright. Whether there's any age restriction, tak ada. Pets allowed tak? Pets not allowed. So kalau datang dengan pet poodle ke, dengan pet kucing ke, I'm so sorry, tak boleh. Okay, so at least dia dah tahu dulu in advance. Okay, now ada tambah lagi, ada fine print lagi sebab because now is corona virus period, COVID period. So they have additional pay disclosures. Okay, a damage deposit of 500 is required on arrival. Nampak? Don't say I didn't say. Okay, is there also. Shannon, no choice Shannon. Nanti kita nak pergi, kita kena bayar bro. No choice. Okay, and last but not least, this is a very nice touch. This is also FAQ. FAQ is a form of terms and condition tau, tapi is done in a nice way. Maknanya you tanya soalan, you tanya apa, you sendiri tanya soalan, you sendiri jawab lah. Jadi orang baca macam, macam gini. Ya ke? Gitu. Faham tak? Ini semua pun sebenarnya is just syarat-syarat terms and condition. Okay, this is it. Okay, now kat bawah sini why do they put this thing? Other popular similar punya properties is because nak kasih element of choice. Kalau sekiranya your customer dah tengok semua ni tak suka. So I can say example Kalau Ashura she has the best bawang goreng in Singapore, which all of you must try insyaAllah Dulu dia keluarkan satu bawang goreng style, satu je which is original. So kalau dia dah cerita semua pasal bawang goreng semua, dah sampai orang tu dah sampai kat sini kan, okay, dia bilang actually kan aku ada chili punya flavor, aku ada salted egg punya flavor, aku ada macam-macam lain-lain flavor. What's the possibility that orang ni akan beli lain barang sekali? Higher sikit tak? Faham tak? Higher sikit. You have to understand from this website from point of view is not to sell 𝑑OUBLE by Hilton. They're trying to sell stays. So kalau boleh nak you stay banyak-banyak kat Melaka. Instead of you stay 3 nights in 𝑑OUBLE by Hilton, stay 2 nights there and stay another night in Swiss Garden for example. So I'm saying it from this point of view. So Ashura pula will put others kat bawah sini, similar to what she has. Barang dia juga. Okay, so Hamid, you dah ada semua you cerita sampai last. Ada some ada this package that you nak, ada some other packages which dia ada on the website ada. Okay, alright, so it makes it easier for the person to buy. Right, so this is how you can actually construct. I don't want to actually recreate something yang dah ada lah. So this dah ada dah, booking.com dah ada. I want you to basically tengok je. Sebab sebelum ni you tengok from the aspect of a customer. You nak beli, you tengok, okay. I nak you tengok sekarang from the aspect of the from the boss, from the business owner. Lain tak? Sebenarnya bila you run business, you kena ada benda macam ni. And I'm proving it to you because you are also a customer. Pernah pakai kan this kind of website? Betul tak? Last year before March. Right? So definitely ada. Senyum daripada Farizan. Soon, okay? Soon. Nanti I jumpa you lagi dekat on the airport punya grounds insyaAllah Okay, so yeah. Okay, let me hear from you. What do you think? Benda macam ni perlu tak for your business? What do you think? Perlu tak? You nak semua unmute boleh. Bismillah, silakan. Tapi cakap one by one Let me hear from you. What do you think? Does it make sense for your business tak to have this? How? Shannon, boleh ada tak? Is it important for you not?
Memang important lah. Cuma kan,
okay.
I'm not practicing it lah.
Mr. Fas, can I ask or not? Because
sure.
Looking at this booking.com kan, there's a lot of information that you have to put in. But if we are talking about website kan, they always have like a plan for the website, how much you can put in and stuff like that. Would we be able, if we have a small budget, would we be able to put in all this information into
a website?
Into a website.
Yes, boleh. No problem, insyaAllah. The problem is not to put the information into the website tau. The problem is to generate the information first. Itu problem dia. That is the hardest part sebenarnya. Okay, so I just want to say this lah. Memang susah gila lah. Okay, memang susah gila. Tapi kalau you really serious Sekarang ni kan you dah start buat 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 sales. Alhamdulillah. Sebenarnya that part insyaAllah semua orang boleh buat. Okay, you nice person, barang you bagus importantly, and it's easy to buy from you, insyaAllah akan jual. Tapi bila you nak go to the next stage, which is you nak orang kerap beli dengan you, selalu beli dengan you, bila nak cari benda ni, mesti teringat muka you ke, teringat you punya website ke. That's where you need to have all these things actually. Right? And the next step is, bila you nak orang daripada luar negara tengok you, ke you nak really go internationalize ke, you sendiri nak keluar ke, ataupun you nak buka cabang-cabang lain ke in your business ke, or you really think insyaAllah you ada satu shop, you nak ada 10 shop, then this benda is dah ada and dah kena refine aja, bukan buat, kena refine je. Okay, that is how serious it is. Now maybe let's hear from Siti Azlinda. What business do you do and whether or not this thing is something that you can do for you tak?
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
I'm running our Little Ummah Learning Center with my sister-in-law who was supposed to be here but she's not here today. So the specs and the terms and conditions and the specs are actually what we send out to parents before classes start. So we run classes for young children up to about 12 years old. Arabic class, we have a bilingual immersion class. We also do mother toddler classes where mothers and toddlers can come in and have fun while learning the language. So when you talk about the specs and the terms and conditions, this is what we do after the sales has been completed, actually, not before. So now I'm thinking maybe I should do it before we even start the sales. Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Good, insyaAllah. And the key thing is not to make it something which is terpencil. Maknanya dia dah selesai, dah okey, dah happy, baru you kasih campak kat dia benda tu. Sebab nanti dia akan rasa macam dia ada buyer's remorse. Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep,
let's
that's
hear
right.
from another two more. Thank you, Sister Azlinda. Let's hear from Hafiza. Boleh tak Hafiza buat for your business?
Yeah, I think boleh. I think for terms and conditions, like what we do is, of course, we put it in our macam invoicing kan, like for like when payment is due, and then for example, refund policy if needed. So like in our website also, I think we have FAQ section, but it's something that we still need to refine. I think it's not macam fully thought out yet our processes, so we're still working on that. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so one more person boleh? See whether you can do for your business. I belum panggil El Faiza. Shall I call you Faiza or full El Faiza? Silakan.
Alpha is fine. Assalamualaikum
Okay,
everybody.
Alpha.
So basically I just incorporated my company last month, and what my company does is we sell instant gum Arabic drink, chocolate flavored gum Arabic drink. So to list out the specs for my product, basically is about what the product can provide you and what it contains and stuff like that, and how it can benefit you, right? So although my product has been out for about 2 years, but and I let it run and then complete selling about 3,000 packets in 2 years, which is like really shitty timing. But during that period of time, we were able to collect testimonials. So even though we have these testimonials, and I myself personally discovered stuff about the product that I did not know earlier. So, but writing down the specs is still very difficult. It's a tedious process, and I feel that I can definitely, for my product, I have to give out the specs, but the terms and conditions and policy part too, I'm not sure how I can apply it though.
Okay. Cool. Thank you very much for your input. Okay, so now I want to give you all the lowdown, simple lowdown. Okay, there's many parts to terms and conditions. There's many parts to to doing this. Basically, it's about expectations and managing the expectations. So now it's about narrowing it to your service or your product. Okay, so kita pecahkan sekarang. Remember, those of you who have been here for some time, you tahu in your company, minimum kena ada 5 departments. Okay, cantik cun kalau ada 7 departments. Okay, in your production department, okay, where your product is actually born, you must have all the simple punya terms and conditions, or at least the product specs. It must be on the product itself. I'm just holding on to some whatever product here lah. But in this product, kat sebelah belakang tu, the fine print tu must indicate some simple, specifications. Jangan orang tu try and error tau. Okay, dia beli dia tak tahu apa nak expect. Okay, so that is product based. Kalau yours is service based, please have it in writing in advance. Campak ke dia dulu. Kau betul nak ambil aku punya service, kalau betul, these are the things tau kena ikut. So, okay, let's try to go a bit further. So kalau macam for example, maybe Ashura, you boleh share tak? Your product ada tak tampal all these things?
Tampal the ingredients. We have the ingredients.
Kenapa ingredients important as a specs?
Because people want to know, to be sure that they are eating something that is not ada additives ke, because it's something that they consume inside their body, right? So they want to make sure that what they eat is clean lah.
Cool. Okay, so other aspects yang lain-lain department, finance lah, apa benda department, that one, do it as a different document. So meaning at the point of dia nak order ke whatever it is, you get the order. Okay, I'm assuming simple paper punya order. The email to you hantar ada sales invoice or quotation, you kasih dia terms and conditions sekali. Okay, kalau you are going to do it e-commerce for example, dia pergi kat you punya site, dia tengok barang yang nak beli, make sure boleh keluar satu pop-up. You all tahu pop-up kan? Okay, keluar satu pop-up and bilang, these are the terms and conditions. Do you accept? Yes. Baru kita boleh proceed. This will protect you, insyaAllah. Okay, look again, all I'm saying are all simple stuff. Bila you nak create it, insyaAllah you akan kena buat lah benda ni. Okay, before I go on, just a quick one. I just want to show you, sebenarnya kan, when I embarked on this journey, it was extremely crazy for me also, sebenarnya. So this is my website, right? So I go to Singapore, okay, for example. Now, these are my service offerings here, kat sebelah atas. Okay, so if I were to go into accounting, for example, okay, these are the plans that I have. Okay, the plans that I have. So kalau kita go a bit deeper, say collaboration. Okay, when you go in some more, you akan nampak, I'm trying to manage people's expectations. This is the problem that I think they are facing. Okay, and I get a lot of people to read for me tau, to find out, betul tak you are facing this problem, and my solution is there. Buat sama-sama, that kind of stuff. Okay, and then I know some people, dia baca ni U plus us equals to V, where got such thing? Kan, dia tak boleh compute, example. Okay, then kita kasih dia video lah, sudah tengok. Okay, that's why macam tadi tu, with this website, 33, ada gambar, ada words. Ada orang yang suka lebih cenderung baca ni, ada ironing facilities asyik baik, nanti kita nak gosok, boleh gosok. Betul tak? Orang tengok ni je, ini lawa ni, okay, dah, jom book. Okay, so manage the expectations there. Ada dua macam. Okay, then ada pula orang yang suka go into nitty-gritty tau, dia akan go one by one, dia nak baca. Kasih lah. Oh, kita akan buat ni, kita akan buat ni, kita akan buat ni. Okay, and last lah, ada orang nak suka tengok red and yellow for example. Colours McDonald kan, senang untuk orang baca for example. You follow your colours lah. Jangan pergi ikut yellow and red McDonald's pula. Right, so there are information which is given step by step. Okay, and if you notice that it actually is again and again and again. Alright, then kenapa it solves the problem? Again, just to reiterate, and then sama, these are the people that basically are being served, and examples. Okay, then you want to talk some more? Let's talk. This is apa yang you nampak as a person who's serving the site. Okay, but kalau you nak tahu sebenarnya, this collaboration plan is one page of full punya text specs and also the terms and conditions. Memang kita kena buat. Okay, why? Because kita at the stage where we are getting more clients, the requirements on them are not getting more crazy, no, but it's actually pretty standard. But we want to make sure that if everybody follows what we actually can offer, it's going to be much easier for us to actually do it. Okay, kalau ada orang yang minta barang, it becomes tailored. So Haikal, You got my point there? Okay.
Yeah, I baru nak cakap juga because for us a bit difficult because it is a bit tailored to individual requirement lah for different shoot lain benda yang dia nak, so it's slightly different. But I kind of like how the booking.com is. So it's more like, okay, for this shoot I need berapa orang. So kita kasih macam form gitu lah. It's something that I'm in talk dengan Syafiq juga for this.
Superb. So basically, when you can do that, then you can make it easy for the customer to buy, right? So going back to this, you gonna make it easier. Kalau senang untuk orang beli, insyaAllah you get the sale. That's it. Alright. And last but not least, I put here this yellow punya circle ni, walkthrough test ni. Okay, this is the hardest thing to do, which is to actually go through your spec sheet, okay, and test it out. Make sure it's real. Because you don't want to offer something yang terlebih daripada apa you boleh offer. Okay, so who's gonna do the walkthrough test? Mirza, who's gonna do walkthrough test, Mirza? You dah buat spec sheet, you dah buat terms and conditions. Siapa going to do walkthrough test?
Stun. Stun. Initially, I will be the. I myself.
Quick intro. Apa produk you? Ada kat tepi tak? Alamak, saya ke?
Okay, I'm from MOTD and currently, initially I did travel industry, but industry is shattered by COVID, so I pivot to making drinks for football fans. Yeah, MOTD brews. So what was the question? Okay, walkthrough test. I will. I myself will walk through that. Then I ask my family members to walk through, and I ask my close friends, customers to walk through. Yeah. Nice. So it's revised lah until I get the perfect test, walkthrough test. Yeah.
Cool. So very importantly, thank you very much, bro. So for your products, everybody who's listening in, please just make sure that you certain things you tak boleh buat sendiri. Okay, macam for Mirza, he can take his drink and then boleh minum. Okay, daripada buka botol, daripada aesthetics and everything, dia boleh buat because it's a product which he can try. But especially in service industry tak boleh, right? Because at the end of the day, takkan kita nak suruh Sister Karissa masuk dalam room jadi budak-budak kecil duduk siap dengar, macam gitu jadi belajar, tak boleh, right? So you have to test it out in other ways. So how do you do it? Either you bring in your close family ke, trusted people ke, ataupun satu benda yang memang terpaksa buat is use your existing customer base, okay, to actually do this walkthrough test. But you tell them in advance dulu. Tell them in advance kalau boleh, so that they are prepared for it, so they can give you feedback. Boleh? Doable, right? Okay, doable. So Sister Zara, insyaAllah bila you nak buat the next your next business offer tu, boleh try lah insyaAllah. Okay. Alright, so let me just go on to this. Yang kita dah tengok ni, booking.com. Okay, empowering your team. Okay, empowering your team. Ini very light lah tadi, so don't worry, it's actually very simple. I want you all to really focus on hiring the best person for each function. Okay, the best doesn't mean the most expensive. Okay, it's the best person for each function, also depends on your budget as well. Okay, because when you do that, then you can expect things to move. Okay, when Shanan, for example, needs to actually hire someone to get his IT business going, he doesn't actually go and hire a visual artist, for example. Betul tak? He has to hire someone in IT, no choice, because that's a job. Okay, you focus on what you do best. So Azlan, what do you do best, bro, for your business?
I coach.
Yes. So when you coach, do you need to run everything else in your business? Sebenarnya.
Okay, at the moment I have to, but eventually I will probably need someone to help do the marketing, help to manage the finances, so I can concentrate on doing the
coaching itself lah, and not be bogged down with all this administrative stuff which are time consuming.
Yes. So you focus on what you do best. Can I ask a favor of all of you? Can you put your hands up macam ni tak, please? Come on. Let's give it a shot. Come. Let's put your hands up macam ni. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Anak you tolak ke depan 1, 2, 3. Push. Alhamdulillah. So that's what you need to do in your business Ada benda yang tak payah buat, please tolak. Okay, you focus on what you need to do je. Yang lain-lain benda please tolak. So get someone to do it. Make enough money, tolak dengan dia. Okay, lepas dah tolak, make sure you hold them accountable. Okay, so meaning if you already had the discussion first, okay, so this is what is expected of you. Remember earlier before we had a break, we talked about what kind of work they're supposed to do, right? A proper description, exactly in detail, primary functions, secondary functions, right? So this part, make sure they betul-betul buat. And how to do this? How to make sure they betul-betul buat? Anybody has any idea tak? Khairul, boleh share? How to hold your team accountable?
Ya, Assalamualaikum semua again.
Salam.
Yes, with regards to accountability, I think we can do like the everyday punya task list. So from there we will see whether at the end of the day productivity of each of them, whether they achieve or tidak. If not, then we can add on to the next day punya task list lah. So as in on as a management or at least as a boss, we can at least see on a weekly basis whether productivity from the team, and that's how we support each other lah.
Nice. Okay, that's wonderful. Please do that. Okay. Another one more thing that you can do is also to hold regular accountability sessions or hold regular appraisals lah. Okay. Appraisal tu jangan tunggu sampai bila orang tu nak confirm baru nak buat Biar every month buat tau. Okay. Even you do informal pun tak apa. Every month buat. Jadi sampai dah third month tu baru you decide je. You tak payah nak macam-macam. Baru nak tanya question kan. Alright, and last but not least, as a boss, this is the one thing yang selalunya buat business runtuh is this. You are the boss, tapi kadang-kadang kita ni as a boss kita arrogant sikit tau. Okay, kalau yang ada tu please try to be normal kalau boleh. Sebab you punya kerja sebenarnya is to provide support. Kalau you support all the departments, you support all the people, then baru dorang boleh shine. Kalau dorang shine, apa jadi? Ustaz, apa jadi Ustaz? Ustaz Nafi, apa jadi kalau you dah kasih support, dorang shine? You punya staff yang ada semua shine. Apa jadi tu Zat?
Sekejap. Sorry. Kalau diorang shine, that means kena automated
That's a cute answer. Kalau diorang shine, maknanya you pun shine lah. Macam you punya smile tu. Betul tak? Okay? Alright. Thank you Zat. So the whole idea is give them the support. Let them shine so your business will shine as well. Okay, do this insyaAllah. Alright, last but not least, these are some of the things that you can do. I'm not going to go through it in detail because kita dah pernah buat this before juga. For empowering your team, please do a proper departmentalization. Ada 5 or 7, you know what they are, right? I think most of you know what they are. Organization chart, make sure you pecahkan. Ini bukan kerana nak tunjukkan siapa terror, siapa boss, then you rasa happy, I boss lah. Tak. Okay, it's so that ada reporting lines, so they know where to go. Okay, even you only ada 2 orang pun tak apa, buatlah satu simple organization chart. Okay, and then if possible, visualize what you want your full chart to be, because that's how you fill up people. Okay, that's how you fill up functions. That's how you be able to grow your business. Alright, now all these other things here, job scope, I dah pernah mention. Please go and prepare what the job entails, recruitment, right? To actually go and have a process for it. Okay, selection, make sure you're fair in your selection as well. Appraisal, do this every month. Every 3 months is the finalization of the appraisal. Mentoring should be done every week. Kalau smaller the company, maybe more than every week. Okay, and reward structure. Okay, reward structure, this is something that you need to actually go and come up with. Let me just check. Amira, do we have a slide for this?
Sorry?
Do we have a slide for this?
Ada.
Let me just check. Betul tak this one? Okay, alright. So these are some of the examples that you can actually have a look. Okay, so this is what I myself also use. Saya besarkan sikit Okay, so example.
Sorry, tak nampak your screen.
Oh, tak nampak.
You are still seeing the slides.
Alright, thank you. Okay, boleh. So this is actually a job scope example. So have all your functions here. So this person, the position is actually finance and admin assistant. Okay, primary function here, finance. Secondary function here, admin. Okay, if you can put the frequency of how many times this thing is supposed to be done, also kalau boleh add in lagi baik lah. Okay, jadi orang dia tak tengok, dia tak terbajat, bajat je kerja, ya Allah, pingsan aku. Okay, kalau boleh letak kat tepi, frekuensi dia berapa banyak. Okay, indicate where they're going to be working, how much is going to be their salary and everything. Okay, for those of you who have been through my costing me class, which inshallah will happen next month, this is a loading for CPF and this is a loading for leave and MC. Okay, so for you to not simply, kalau you ambil seorang, for example 2005, loading dia untuk CPF is 17%. Okay, simple calculations. Okay, kalau you nak loading for leave dengan MC lebih lah. So the main formula there is actually, I will actually take this figure, right? And I will plus on additional berapa hari ni dapat ni? 365, 390. So that's another 30 over days, which is basically for leave and for MC.
Oh, sorry boss. Loading tu apa? Loading? Angkat barang
Oh, tak. Ini a very good question, bro. Thank you. So loading itu is to factorkan a higher cost. Dia punya rate naik sikit. Okay, sebab of certain things mungkin you tak perasan. So for example, you hire satu orang 2005. Tapi adakah you akan bayar 2005 sebenarnya? Tak, sebab you akan bayar CPF also. 17% and that happens monthly. That's why I times 17% dapat ni, 2925.
Okay, so that one I roughly understand. Tapi the leave and MC apa
Okay, so bila you hire dia sebulan, adakah you akan keep dia sebulan aja? Most likely you akan simpan dia for one whole year, right? Example lah, kalau you simpan dia one full year. So in that full year, you akan kasih dia leave dengan MC, betul tak? That's paid, right? It's actually a paid expense. So I will actually load on that number of days. So kalau dia punya leave is say 14 days, MC dia you kasih dia is another 14 days. So that's 28 days of extra paid cost that sebenarnya dia boleh gunakan and it's gonna be a cost to you. Bila dia jadi cost, bila you kena find someone else to do the job which is not being done at that point in time. Okay, so as a boss, do you think you need to know that?
Yeah, yes,
right. So tiba-tiba you punya
okay, sorry. So one thing I see that kalau 14 days annual plus MC, tapi this is under per month. So macam banyak ni. So should there be in per month ataupun annual?
Okay, so I'm factoring it as a monthly cost, so it's easy for me to see lah, for me to compare against my base salary. Base salary is 2005. So bila I load up according to number of days is for 12 months, then I divide balik.
Okay, understand. Okay.
So bila when you actually talk about someone's pay at 2005, sebenarnya you're actually paying 3125. Okay, it's so that you know lah. Alright. So again for me memang yalah, I'm an accountant, so I akan pecahkan. I will actually want to know this person per day punya cost berapa, per hour cost also berapa. Why? Because if I'm gonna send my stuff over to someone else's place to get some work done and everything, like for example Shannon also will do that, this is the real punya per hour cost. So why is this important, Shannon? Nak tahu this cost here per hour.
So I won't undercharge.
Exactly. Sebab kadang-kadang
and I make profit lah.
Yes, correct. Sebab kadang-kadang what's going to happen is that you rasa berapa? Orang lain charge berapa? 50 60 okay, tak apalah, aku charge 40 je lah. Pasal I want my business. But then you never think about how long the person going to be there. And then you start losing money. That's not nice, right? So we have to be more responsible. InsyaAllah we do that. Okay. Have your requirements, education here, experience here, others, anything else? Fluent in English ke, able to communicate well ke, suka hati lah, letak. Alright. So I'm just gonna go through yang tadi punya slide tu. These are some other things that you're supposed to do also lah as a HR function. This is an induction checklist. Okay, ni I pun gunakan for my business lah, right? So for you to just have a quick look. Okay, so when someone actually comes into your organization, right? You break down what are the things that you're gonna be showing them, and who is supposed to go and do it as well, allocated to who. So these are all your person in charge. Okay, it can be one manager, who knows, it can be several managers, it can be departmental managers, you name it, get their names in there so that this person will know who to see. So dia akan jumpalah semua orang dia. And kalau boleh letaklah dia punya tarikh. So for example, if orang baru datang, like for me now, someone comes in for 2 days, we will not touch them. Dia masuk je, pap, somebody will greet them, nanti buat, okay, ni is your work area, apa kena buat semua, okay. Now this is the induction checklist, then you go and see all these people one by one. Then they will actually talk to you. So they and every one of these people, example Zakia, myself, Shahid, Aina, Shahira, yeah, so these are the key people. They will have their own set of slides ke, set of things to actually impart onto this person lah. And will this vary tak? It will vary tau for the position which is being hired. Okay, so make sure that you are able to do that as well lah. Jadi senang. The process should be smoother lah, insyaAllah. Alright, so this is how an appraisal can be done. Let me just show you in an overview dulu, baru kita go dalam sikit. Okay. So this is a simple way of looking at an appraisal lah. So we have 1 month here, 2 month, second month here, and the third month here. Okay. So daripada segi finance, dia punya primary function, these are all things you're supposed to do. Daripada mana I dapat ni, Halisa? Daripada mana I dapat ni? I besarkan sikit.
Okay.
Daripada mana I dapat ni?
The task delegation, job delegation.
Yes, correct. Sebab kita nak tengok sama ada dia boleh buat tak kerja ni over the next 3 months. Right? So where do I get all these tasks that they're supposed to do, including the secondary punya activities? Where do I get this?
Dekat orang punya kontrak
Dekat sini, here. Okay, I buka ni. Nampak tadi kan earlier kan kita buat
induction checklist.
No, we do this as in what the job entails, a full job description. Okay, the job scope is here, right? Okay, so you take this whole thing, baru you buat appraisal.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Alright, then you just put in a simple checklist. Okay, so indicate who's gonna be the person who's gonna do this appraisal, so that we can actually do this properly every month. Okay, adakah you expect one person to be able to do everything in month number 1? Definitely tak lah. Okay, but make sure ada progression. And kalau ada benda yang you expect dia boleh buat, tapi dia tak buat, then make sure it's actually remarked here. Okay, now I'm going to jump a bit jauh sikit. Okay, maybe kita jump in time. Come one fine day, okay, in 6 months time, after 3 months, you pergi cakap, okay lah, boleh. I think I can keep you lah in the company, no problem. Okay, everybody happy, okay, dah sign agreement semua. Okay, then lepas tu in another 3 months time, then you realize that actually this thing is not working out. You're not getting what you're supposed to get. Okay, at least you have something like this to fall back on. Apa dia boleh buat, apa dia tak boleh buat, and what was the remedies that were promised. Okay, if possible kat bawah sini, print out this thing and suruh dia sign pula kat bawah. Acknowledge it. Why? Anybody has any clue tak? Kenapa Ustaz? Why Fast ni jahat sangat kena suruh buat macam ni? Pasal I jahat? Is it or what? I baik je.
Ada black and white lah, ada agreement.
Kenapa?
Ada kirakan kalau kalau dia tak perform, that means we can tunjuk dia yang you agree that you are going to do all this task lah.
Okay. Alright, thank you. Okay, there's a garis pandu, right? Now, you pernah dengar this phrase called show cause tak? Pernah dengar? Show cause. Okay, you need to show cause when you terminate someone and the person says that they have been unjustly terminated. Okay, you nak kena show cause to siapa? Is it to their parents? No. You need to show to the court that you have done everything, basically. So this is one of the documents that you need to show, example. Okay, there will be others as well. Maybe for example, a proper report at the end of this month number 1. On top of this, do a proper report and suruh dia sign. Okay, the absence of which is costly. Okay, alright. Okay, Ken, very serious stuff. Okay, before I finish up, lagi 2 je nak tunjuk you sikit. Now, this is what I do for mentoring. Ni I buat untuk my own staff. Anyway, tak apa, I tak ada letak gaji-gaji ke apa, tak ada. So, this is one of my most senior staff. second most senior staff. She has been with me for 9 years. This year will be 10 years, inshallah. So her name is, oh, I changed the name already. Okay, tak apalah. It's okay. So, betul tu, correct. Her name is Tengku Adibah. So she's still in my employment. So I want you to see this. For example, in the history, this is where they started. This is the main age, for example. Okay. And sekarang the main age dah berapa? Okay. 30, for example, as of this time. So the progression dia apa? Dia grow daripada accounts assistant, pergi accounts executive, senior accounts executive, account manager, senior associate sekarang, for example. And education dia dari partial ACCA student sampai fully ACCA qualified, and now she's a chartered accountant. Okay, diploma accounting to basically full ACCA. Reporting to who? Now she reports to us, but she handles her own team of 8 people, for example. Okay, and then you do career progression punya plan. This is career progression planning. So you plan for her. If she stays, next step 2-3 years, this is what she's gonna be, a junior partner, for example. Okay, and kalau nak belajar tambah apa-apa, you can always have a chat with her, right? And then next step apa? So in another 5 more years, 6 more years, full equity partner, for example. Tahu kan equity partner maknanya owns the company as well. Okay, why is this important? Sebab orang dah kerja dengan you dah lama-lama, kan? You don't expect them to just work sahaja, because they've given a lot into their employment. So you would want to be able to keep them even longer, and one of the best ways to do it is to get them into the company as an owner as well. Okay, dia punya equity is sweat equity. Alright, so these are examples of mentoring sessions. What topics which is covered, kan, yang I actually go through dengan dia. These are the kind of things lah. Ni sample. Okay, this is important, especially when you want to develop people. Okay, so insyaAllah, for those of you who have ada 5 employees at the very least, yang ada 5 employees at the very least, please start buat benda-benda macam ni. Okay, kalau boleh kita nak simpan orang yang bagus, kita nak simpan insyaAllah, so that we can actually prosper the business. Right? Okay.
Coach, will you be sharing all this with us?
Yep, insyaAllah. Later on, I'll give you a quick announcement on how to get it.
Okay.
Right? Cool. Okay, last but not least, these are examples of rewards. This doesn't mean that you need to actually have all these rewards, but I just want you to know ada banyak category. So some of the things that you can do, performance rewards lah, bonus, AWS, allowances. Okay, these are all performance-based rewards. So this is something which all employees look out for. So try to have some, if not all of them, in your business. Okay, start preparing. Loyalty rewards, extra leave, tambah-tambah, holiday trips, expense paid trips, company trips, small expenses cover, vouchers, all of these are loyalty rewards. Okay, things which are basic or generic, which you mesti nak kena ada, or at least have half of it lah, in that sense. Now WICA ni compulsory, so those of you running business in Singapore, the WICA is important, ni kena buat right? Social security is important as well, medical, dental, hospitalization, this is reimbursement, and then there's another insurance, and lastly memberships. So this could be company memberships, it could also be personal memberships. Alright, and under security, okay, this is insurance cover, premium, death benefit, keyman insurance, worldwide repatriation, and membership, personal memberships. So bila you tengok benda macam ni, maybe you tengah thinking, alah manalah nak ada macam gini semua. Okay, it's okay, maybe sekarang belum lagi ada, tapi insyaAllah lah. Tadi kan kita pernah tanya you juga, you nak grow your business. Kalau betul-betul yes you nak grow, sekarang start thinking about it lah. Okay, start thinking about it at least. Kalau you tak boleh think for you punya stuff yet, it's okay, tapi think for you. Sebab at the very least, if you run a business, okay, you should be able to have all of these things dah ada dalam kocek. Untuk siapa? Untuk you. Okay, so all of you yang tengah tengok ni, ini semua you mesti ada tau.
Sorry bos,
mesti tak ada.
Yang benda-benda ni kira termasuk dalam loading tadi lah.
Ni belum, this one all tak masuk loading.
Oh, ni tak masuk dalam loading. Tapi dia punya insurans, dia punya apa ni semua kira pun nak kena bayar juga apa?
Correct. Semua this is not compulsory, it's not inside the employment contract. Yeah.
Okay.
So you boleh stop. Yes.
Okay.
So at the very least, thanks for asking, Akal. At the very least, ni security punya part, you all kena ada for yourself. So you think balik at least okay, for hospitalization and insurance cover ni, this part here, and this part here. Kalau sekarang you all on example B class ward ke, kan, or below, please upgrade to A, upgrade to private. Okay, before you do for everybody else, do for yourself first. Okay, benda adalah ni, satu benda ni, death benefit. Siapa yang tak pernah dengar, just quickly just let you know, death benefit is a gratuity. Meaning if this person die for any reason, the important part is for any reason. Okay, the insurance will pay you a certain amount, which you agree first lah. So kalau this is not yet done for your employees, please do it for yourself first. Then offer this for all your employees. Okay, very very important. Alright. Nobody dispute me pasal ni So kalau ada dispute, just let me know. But kalau tidak, okay, insyaAllah. Alright. Why I say this is because I have been in a situation where I ikut my client pergi tengok, pergi ziarah dia punya staff meninggal. Okay. And bila pergi tengok sana, memang really kesian lah. Memang very very sedih lah. Right. But at the very least, if you actually equipped enough with death benefit and everything semua ada, cukup, then you don't need to worry so much lah. Meaning at least bila you nak salam dari family pun, you nak kasih duit, you boleh kasih duit. Because why? Later on insurance will cover you apa? Correct not? Orang tu dah kerja dengan you lama dah. Okay? Okay, alright. So let me just continue here. Okay, this part is actually very simple. It's about measurement and reporting.
Bos WhatsApp boleh ni bos hilangkan.
Okay, sorry. Oh, salah Sekejap Okay, betul, correct. Alamak, apa message you dah baca Sate goreng pun keluar. Okay, sorry. Alright, so activate your business C&A measurement reporting. This is the last part, guys. I know korang dah penat So let's finish this up quickly, which is at the end of the day, what your numbers are telling you. Okay, how to improve your sales, it's either your gross profit or your net profit. And if your numbers are stable and growing, what's the next step? Okay, here I'm going to show you an example of what I'm looking for. Okay, and we will actually go more into this when I go into costing and all that in part 3 later on in the next session. Okay, right. So here I'm going to show you this, which is this. Okay, this is one of the example from not what the figures here are fictitious but this is an example of some of your business. Bila you first baru kenal I. Okay, bila first baru kenal I, you know, some of you would have come at this stage okay, where your sales is very erratic certain months ada, certain months ada. Some people call it apa, jongak macam itulah kan. January ada, February tak ada, March tak ada. Okay, ada banyak emptiness in between. Alright, okay, and your expenses pula, masalahnya expenses is constant. This is a reality. Because why you tak boleh cakap I nak bayar certain months je, I tak nak bayar certain months, boleh tak? Tak boleh, rental you kena bayar. Shout out to everybody else yang baru join. Thanks a lot for coming. Alhamdulillah, thank you. Welcome Hassan. InsyaAllah. Okay, thank you Putri. Okay, so if you notice if some months you are actually ada empty kat sini, your expenses, some of them are going to be constant still. So definitely you're going to be in a difficult situation and you might post a loss or a very very small profit. Okay, banyak orang when they come and see me, they are at this stage lah. So that's why what I try to do is I try to get them to do this, which is fill up your target for year 1 year from today. Okay, and in this target you would be able to fill up more. Okay, you will be able to fill up more. So how do you do this? There comes in your what do you call this, your plans, your budget for the following year, apa you nak buat semua with your marketing and everything semua. So it's not just something that you thought of, okay, next year aku nak cantik. No, what are you going to do to achieve all these things? So a lot of things will come into play, like for example marketing and all that. So this is where you start filling up those gaps. Okay, so one of the examples is Ali, if I may share Ali, right? I think you start off macam gini juga. Okay, nothing to be shy about. I pun start off macam gini juga, right? But after that, Ali dah this stage. hari now is moving from this stage to this stage yang bawah ni. The stage yang bawah ni is third year example, every month you ada sales. Madam Farizan dengan Ustaz Nafi, ada make sense Kalau you pun tengok you punya numbers betul tak? So macam gini, right? This stage is where you really make sales consistently every month. Does it happen overnight? No. So your target is from year 1 to year 3. Lepas ni I will go deeper a bit into the numbers. Then last is year 5. Year 5, your numbers are more constant, tak lari, nampak? And if you notice, it's bigger than before. So ni memperkembangkan, it's actually growth. Okay? Before that is stability. From here to here is stability. Kat sini is really tengah survive tak tahu whether boleh ke tak boleh. Alright? So now, let's go a bit deeper. Okay, sorry, I'm not scrolling. I just want to make sure you see the numbers. Let me just make this a bit bigger now. In year 1, the sales is 50,000. Oh no, sorry, sekarang. And in year 1, after 1 year, the target year sales is 86,000. Naik dia sikit, 36,000, right? Okay. Then lepas tu naik from 86 naik to 181. That's what? Double? Right? And then in year 5 naik to 311. So from 181 to 311, that's also what? Slightly less than double. But what I want you to see is actually the profit. Profit dia sebenarnya is kat sini very small lah, 2,000 plus. Then in 1 year's time, 28,000. Dia jam dah banyak. Okay, 3 years time, 98,000. Jam dah banyak. Okay, from 2 to 28 to 92,000. But after that, it's only increased by 30,000 in the 5th year. Okay, what I'm trying to say in these figures is that sebenarnya when you grow, you will face different problems actually in your numbers. You will face different issues. Okay, when you're trying to grow your business. Bila tengah sesak ni, $2,000 you dapat pun, alhamdulillah. Bila you nak grow sikit to make it stabilize, the jump can be a lot. Okay, it can be a lot. But then when you try to make it more stable and better and everything semua, the jump is still consistent. But when you really want to buka langkah, it can really be just a measly punya increase. And the reason is because not all of this will change in the same elasticity. So revenue may go up, yes, but your expenses may not actually, be consistent throughout the whole entire time. For example, by moving your business from this level to this level, your rental, your HR cost from 1,500 jumps threefold. For example, okay, your operation cost from 2,000 naik double. So just remember the relationship between your income and your expenses, the elasticity will vary. Okay, but the key point here is, at the end of the day, bila you nak grow, just manage your expectations. Do not give up Okay, jangan you tengok nama kurang ke macam mana ke, then you stress. There's always a way to overcome. And because these figures will not always be again in the same elasticity. Bila you nak grow nanti here, these figures will stay the same for a bit more time. Okay, so don't sweat it, inshallah. Importantly, have the plan and move it along. Alright. Okay, and every juncture, inshallah, just do a quick review balik lah. If possible, every 3 months review your numbers as well. Just check, are you on the right track? Okay, now all of this yang I dah cakap ni, memang at the end of the day, it's nice to say lah. But kalau you tak ada numbers, right now tak ada numbers, then macam mana nak run the business? It's going to be even harder. So please, kalau ada numbers, get the numbers done. Alright? Because then you can go further, inshallah. Okay. So inshallah, I think at the end of the day, what we all want is to gain momentum and grow, but the DNA, the way it's done is actually this way lah. There's no besok siap, tak ada. It's a process. Okay, so importantly is for you to work on it. Work on it is not sekali, work on it is every day. And all of you may have some days when everything doesn't work out. Okay, ada tak? Korang ada tak? Ada some days everything doesn't work out kan? Semua macam repeat kan? It's like so teruk, right? Ada? It's okay, never mind. Just keep doing it lah, insyaAllah. Okay. So just as a closing advice, inshallah, I think all of me, dengan I pun sama juga. Kita ada more than 1,000 tasks every day lah. Okay. kita cuma ada 24 hours in that same day juga. Kalau boleh, please tolak. Yang dah buat tu, please go and delegate your task to your team. But in order for you to go and do a proper push, please make sure you hire the right people first. Okay? So kalau you push, you punya hire tak betul, they will push it to you back. Okay? Betul tak? Ada kan? Kena kan macam ni? Tak rasa dah gini lah, betul lah. Pasti ada. Okay? You punya focus at the end of the day is stabilizing the business now. Lepas tu is for you to grow, insyaAllah. Okay? Next step is actually grow. Okay, and at the end of the day, you punya kerja and your ultimate duty is to just ask the question again and again, what's next, what's next, or what's next. Okay, because when you're running a business and you really want to grow, you really want to make sure your business actually goes into the future without any issues, you cannot wait for things to happen. You kena start thinking about what's going to happen. Baru you berjalan. Boleh tak kita dengar daripada Rasa Jani sikit about this particular part ni? Ni orang yang very experienced ni, Masya Allah. Boleh tak? Boleh share sikit tak pasal this advice ni? I rasa segan nak kasih ni advice. Dia lagi boleh kasih advice. Boleh?
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum everybody. Okay, so yeah, you see, I'm not say a serial entrepreneur or entrepreneur. So I basically run business take over from my, not say take over, I run for my mom lah. Okay, so yes, our job of a person taking care of the business is tanggungjawab besar, very big. And yes, we have more than 1,000 tasks. And there's only 24 hours a day. Dapat tidur tu, alhamdulillah. Kadang-kadang nak tidur pun otak tak nak berhenti. Then, of course, having the right person to do the right things at the business is like finding a diamond in a haystack. Not even needle. Dapat needle, what's the value of a needle? Dapat diamond lah. So yeah, when we get things in place, then we can focus on the right things. Very difficult to focus if everything also we have to be the one focusing on every single thing. Very difficult to grow the business. Yeah. So growth can only come when everything has set in its place. But of course, you have to have your expectations on what is the importance, where it starts, what is the most important. And you are all here to know that the importance is numbers, getting your numbers right. Because if you don't have the numbers right, you have so many people in place also, but nothing will matters if you are still at zero at the end of the day, or even at a minus. So yeah, what FAST is doing, coaching us, is where we need the right person to teach us on these numbers thing. I think that should wrap it up. Aku nanti berbual panjang lebar ni, nanti pukul 6:30 baru habis.
Thank you so much, brother. So I think some of you or most of you will know, right? Hassan is actually from Saffron's. So Saffron's is one of the big brands in Singapore for Indian Muslim food, and their biryani is awesome. One of the reasons why I really need to go back to Singapore soon. So yeah, that's the one, man. So to what his business does, growing the business is not easy. So this is ultimately at the end of the day something which his mom would definitely ask, what's next? Apa kita akan buat? And it's something which they need to invent every single juncture lah. So for you yang running your business, please don't be terlalu sangat distracted by all the small nitty-gritty stuff in your business. Kalau boleh, look at it from the overview, right? Hire the right people and get it done, insyaAllah. Okay, push it as much as possible by getting all these people to do it for you, and you must make sure you steer them in the right direction and keep on checking to make sure that it is being done in the right way. Okay, I think that will wrap up lah, kan? Since kita dah cakap SOPs, right? We talk about service offer and delivery, we talk about management reporting. So insyaAllah, I hope you can do it for your business as well. Boleh buat tak you all? For your business, nak tulis ni, ya Allah, panjang-panjang ni, pengsan lah. Anyway, I wish all of you the best of luck lah. It was difficult for me, and I think it will be difficult for everybody, but it's something that we have to do lah. Okay, so all the best insyaAllah. I pass it over back to Shahid or Ashura. Silakan. Or is it Mr. Adi? Silakan Mr. Adi.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Fas, and thank you everybody for participating. I know to some of you in this very hot, humid afternoon, it can be really challenging to keep the eyes wide open and to keep their brain from shutting down. But what's more important is You cannot pick up all, you pick up some. You cannot pick up some, you pick up one. You cannot pick up one, you pick up half. You cannot pick up half, you pick up less than half. If you really cannot pick up anything, Ashura ada, Shahid ada, Mr. Faz ada, dan rakan-rakan yang lain who are there to assist you, just go to the chat. They will never stop you from asking any questions. At the end of the day, we want you to be successful, because when you become successful, we increase one more person in the network. That's how bangsa-bangsa lain, bangsa Cina, Mak Saleh, orang India ni semua, they do their network proper. I give you this example why networking is so important for us, Melayu Singapura ni. When you look into the hawala business travel, hanya orang Indian, Muslim saja yang boleh buat. Indian Hindu tak boleh buat, Cina tak boleh buat, Mak Saleh tak boleh buat. Even the government try to penetrate the hawala punya business, they will never allow it. That's how tight the business is. And that's how they become richer than what we can ever discover. So they help each other. Now, that's what we want to do. We want to guide so you be better. You become successful, Alhamdulillah. Then you help other people. So pay it forward. I think for Faz, who is handling more than 200-300 companies under his belt and still making time 2-3 hours here, something which I think I got to salute him for making a lot of time. And he is remotely in JB, and I hope when he's back, he can do a lot more for us. Now, having said all this, kita dah berbual dengan Dr. Malik lah, kita dah berbual dengan rakan-rakan kita yang lain dah. Mr. Faz dah give you handheld, pimpin. Aku dulu pun dia tak pimpin macam ni. So what we want to do is, there are business that has gone through the ups and downs. There are businesses that has gone down the deep and nobody saved them and they get buried under the ground. But there are people who raise their hand and Mr. Faz has saved them. One of them would be rakan kita nama dia Ali Shahab. Dan Ali Shahab ni, he's not based here. He is based in Dubai. As for now, he is still in Dubai. And he runs Camel Caravan, where he brings traditional and contemporary Middle Eastern home lifestyle to the Southeast Asian market. It's a long-distance business, but I think Mr. Faz has become his pivotal point to bring the business from that side into this side. Now, when he first started, accounts dia not in proper place, administration dia, he doesn't know on how to bring his business to the market that he wanted. Now, that is when the network here open up the doors for him to bring it in. Now, if we can assist him to bring it in, we also can use him as a leverage to bring our business out into the Middle Eastern market. Now, but we are here not to discuss about the market opening. We are here to listen on how his business was going deep right underwater and how he actually rebuilt his business back. Now, for Monster Muhasabah moment, let us welcome now our friend from far, Mr. Ali Shahab. Silakan, Cik Ali.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you very much, Mr. Adi. Yes, I agree with what Mr. Adi have shared. That indeed, Coach Faz have literally guide me and coach me ever since I joined this program, MOTD. So me and my wife run Camel Caravan. We have been providing this Arabic furnishing for homes, basically. And we started 4 years ago. Used to be like only a seasonal thing. Only we take orders only for Hari Raya or end of the year. Until only last year, like literally like January last year, we decided that we want to go full scale. So when we do full scale too, we have been receiving a good amount of orders and very welcoming the results. It's just that we realize that how we run business is not actually running a business, right? It's very difficult to get things done properly. So it's also another point when we realize that our supplier is not competent to take big orders. Then there comes, I mean, at that time, we realize, I mean, when we deliver to our customers, there are a lot of mistakes, a lot of defects, and we have a lot of service recovery to be done. Then came COVID. We still have orders, but that is the time when I was given an opportunity to join MOTD, and Alhamdulillah, ever since I learned a lot until now lah. I shared with Coach Faz my weaknesses, our businesses shortcomings, and he really shared with me what is needed for me to do, the fundamentals lah, getting the fundamentals right, my accounts, going through with me my numbers. So it's really enlightening lah along the way. So he also realized my challenge with my supplier, and he challenged myself. He challenged me to get a new supplier. That time I was really like, macam nak kena cari supplier baru kan. That is really something difficult for me to do here, especially at that time during the COVID restrictions. We found it hard to move around to cari new suppliers. But Alhamdulillah, we did get a new supplier to be competent, especially when we want it to be consistent in the quality and abide to our timeline lah, because we are pre-order company, right? We take orders, we customize the sofa, and we deliver it, ship it to Singapore. Then that is one thing. Another thing is how we run remotely, to have staff in Singapore to run things for us, operations in Singapore. That's when I shared the SOP. That is also something new that I did, that Coach Faz have guided me to do up the SOP for the processes in Singapore. So that is something to go through with our staff in Singapore to make sure that they are also aligned with our mission and vision, and for them to acknowledge their individuals' roles and responsibilities, for us to communicate with them frequently lah, to make sure that the operations is going smooth. Then the third point is also, of course, throughout these coaching sessions, throughout this, doesn't matter cluster or one-to-one coaching sessions, to really deliver and having the customer in mind, to give them a satisfying journey, right from their inquiry stage until the fulfillment stage. Then I also have Coach Nazrin also, who have the partner coach in MOTD, to help me with my marketing and really teaching me lah. Basically, I can say taught me how to sell better. So these are some things that I am happy to share with you, that how this program have really benefited me ever since I joined, I think in August. Up till now, I'm still learning, and inshallah, we can only get better.
Okay, I have a question for you lah, bang.
Yes, bang.
Jangan takut lah. Okay, now.
I adik bang. You are bang.
What did you do when you reach a dead end? I know you are working remotely in Dubai, your staff is here, some things are beyond your control. Kadang-kadang bila tak ada control ni geram tau.
Yeah.
So, whom do you seek help to get things done?
In Singapore or here?
Doesn't matter. For the business.
For the business, for the business, when I attend these sessions, especially MOTD sessions, it's always, there is something that macam give me hope. Always something that always apa tu, kirakan nak cakap, kasih semangat untuk keep things going. Memang betul lah, ada time tu memang betul nak give up lah. Tapi alhamdulillah, with this circle, really kasih semangat sikit.
So I think sometimes when we cannot give you 100,000 as loan, we can give you hope to live by. The good thing about business, in order for you to really shut down, all your clients must set you. You lose one client, another client will come. In order for you to be really bad, maknanya when all your clients set you, baru you really totally hopeless not living business. So thank you for sharing, and thank you for giving us hope that if you can survive remotely just you and your wife plus very little friends in Dubai, I think we can do much better in Southeast Asia when we have a lot of people helping us. And I just hope that, just like how I mentioned just now, please help us to open door on how we can penetrate the Middle East market lah. Something like that. Okay, thank you. Then I think having be able to see Mr. Ali clearly from here, dia macam dekat sebelah bilik je. Okay, maybe Mr. Fas, would you like to give a word or two about Ali or his business? Silakan.
Boleh. Actually, Ali, I find you know, one thing I really love about him is he's not, dia orang tak easy to be down and give up ke apa lah. You know, I think dia punya tenacity is there. At the same time, degil sikit. At the same time, dia punya orang pun very positive. You know, so even when we're talking about numbers, macam okay, gini semua, for me, I tell him, tak boleh ni, you have to change certain things. Then, but he's positive. Okay, I think I can do this. So he actually think of how he can actually go and do it. So can you imagine when you're at that stage where you have only maybe 4 sales in a year, 4 months of sales, for example. And my challenge for him is, okay, from 4, let's go 6, let's go 8, let's go 12, for example. So he didn't say, tak boleh lah, ni semua tak ada. Very positive. Alhamdulillah. So sekarang I think 6 definitely dah buat. Sekarang going to 8 insyaAllah. So
mudah-mudahan.
Mudah-mudahan. Yeah. So that's where progress is. And I've seen him at one point, he's very lowest point lah. I will never forget that. I sampai ingat dia tanya dia, kau nak shall we just end the session ke apa? You look very down. And then he admitted, yeah, very down. Sebab apa? Many things have happened, and at that point in time pun, you know, I mean, you know, business wise pun, when you actually spend so much but you haven't made the sales, I think he was very down. So but I tell you, it's okay. The next thing that you can do is you can expand your sales in this way. And he said, really sure, no, but then I have to spend some more to do this. And I tell him, tak apa, you pergi spend aja. And he said, okay, tak apa, I will spend it. MashaAllah, no, because that is the only way.
So
there's no way out.
So even when he was bleeding, he was actually spending correctly lah. But I think spending correctly is very important. Just need to be guided lah. Is that what you're trying to say us?
Yeah. So what I asked him to do was to optimize the punya shipping. So if in the punya shipping tu, he knows he'll be sending 1 container load of items, for example.
Yeah.
So I tanya dia simple question. Dalam container tu masih ada space tak? I don't want you to go and ship anything. Janganlah pergi ship orang ke apa, tak ada. I want you to ship some more additional stuff. Small things, kecil-kecil barang. Instead of the normal bigger hard furniture, maybe some small things that you can sell. But kita fix the value. Okay, you must be able to sell $5,000 worth, $10,000 worth in Singapore. So he has to go and find the barang-barang, put them inside, bayar benda tu dulu, masuk dalam container and hantar ke Singapore. You know, so that's what he did.
Shout out to Coach Faz, the network that he has, dia link me up to a lot of people already. Alhamdulillah.
Jadi sekarang sudah kaya lah. Amin.
Kita semua kaya, bro. InsyaAllah. Amin.
Amin. Okay, thank you. Is there anything else that you think? I think stopping the bleeding is very important. Then the process of healing will take place naturally. Okay, thank you, Mr. Faz. Thank you for helping Ali Shahab, and I'm very sure that you will not leave any one of us stranded also lah. Now, what's next? Thank you, but we also do not want to drag everybody today. But what's next in the upcoming month is the importance on how we need to track your business and how we want to do your business costing, checking on your cash flow and your quality management. I think one, you must know what is your dented cost dulu lah. You punya overall cost kalau business tak jalan, kalau misalnya lah kena lockdown sekali lagi, how much money you have to sustain is very important for you to know what's your business costing. Everybody has a business, but different businesses cost it just varies from different business verticals lah. Now, how to manage cash flow is something that we need a lot of discipline for. And what is quality management? I will just allow you to just join us, and we will be featuring Mr. Shamil Wahid from Dain Advisory, and also he is part of the MOTD Monster. Okay, hopefully we can see more of you next month, and we can see a lot of success stories. Tak ada seorang pun yang dah bikin business dekat dalam MOTD ni yang tak keluarkan air mata ataupun rambut tak gugur at one point of their life. And I think to be fair, Mr. Fazluddin himself also went through the dark gloomy days, and he also right now wanting to use that as his base experience to address this and help a lot of other people. I am one of those recipients for his financial reconstruction help. So that has helped me a lot to be where I am today. Now, so hopefully you can sign on. For those who have just been with us, hope you can join us and be part of this bigger network. And I would like to hand this over back to Shahid if there's no other questions.
All right, thank you. Okay,
ada question? Okay, silakan Syahid, sorry.
No problem.
So someone like me yang dah pegang mic for 20 over years, bila dapat dia tak berhenti cakap, nak cakap je. So hence the reason bila ada business you want to talk, I will talk for your business. Okay, silakan Syahid. Sorry.
No problem. Thank you, Mr. Adi. Okay, so kita dah ada penghujung rancangan. Okay, so some announcements lah with regards to the coaching program. So these are the dates for the year. So these are all the dates for 2021. If notice, we already plan all the dates, so you can block your calendar in advance. All right, all of them will be on Thursdays. It will be on Zoom for the time being. If let's say there's a change in the date or change in the timing, we will let you know accordingly. Alright, next one. Okay, this is select down sikit. So kita PSG approve for Zero. So kalau say you want to get on board with Zero, or you have queries with regard to Zero, you can approach us. You can claim up to 80% off the implementation and the training and support fees. Alright, next one, announcement. Ni yang korang semua nanti-nantikan. This is the coaching portal. Tanya-tanya mana nak dapat barang-barang semua. Inilah tempat dia. Tapi first things first, kita dah hantar you all the agreement. Please sign the agreement dulu. Lepas you dah sign agreement, then you actually get the user access to this portal. Okay, tanpa buang masa, I just play this video so you all know what's installed with this portal. Okay.
Hello, monsters. So I've got some good news for you guys. If you're on our current coaching plan and you have signed the agreement, we'll be sending to you a link for you to actually access materials and videos on our website. Okay, so do check it out. I'm going to show you how it's going to look like. So you'll be receiving an email like this, right? An invitation to join MOTD Lagoon, right? So click here to accept and you'll be asked to create a password. So put in your password, and after which you will straightway be redirected to the MOTD Lagoon itself. But I'm going to just let you know that if you can't, or if you want to just access it at any other time, go to monstersofthedeep.co, right? And at this corner here, click on member login, okay? And then put in your email address. So for now, I'm going to just type everything in, right? And your password. Okay. And click on login. Okay, then you'll be able to see that you are now in the lagoon. All right, so there are MOTD session videos and there are course materials as well. So let me just show you. These are the session videos. So you'll be able to access all the way from July 2020 until current date, right? Okay, let me just show you how it looks like. If you click on July, that's it. It will come up as a video which you can straightly press play here. Okay, right, like so for the other months as well. Okay, so next, let me just show you that you can actually access course materials here as well. Right, at this particular link here, and you'll be able to see that we have 3 months, right, from January 2021. So if you click on one of the buttons here, then all the links will appear. So whatever I've shared earlier, like all these examples on how to get things done, everything is here. Okay, your required reading for you to actually read at any point in time, all of it is here as well. Okay, all right, so I hope you enjoy it. Okay, I hope you enjoy it and you'll be able to make use of all these resources as well and build a bigger and better business.
Okay, alamak, video dah habis. Okay, alright, so itu sedikit sebanyak lah with regards to our
hello monsters. So I've got some good.
Okay, with regards to our coaching portal. So tadi time video play pun ada orang message tanya mana my is login. Oh, tak sabar betul. Okay, so don't worry, you get it out, you actually push it out. This is actually our launching. We already set up everything. We're going to all the change sign, we will actually proceed with the next steps to actually give you the user login details. So don't worry, you will get it lah kalau you dah sign dia punya agreement. Yang belum sign, tunggu apa lagi? Okay, next one, another announcement. As you all know, Coach Faz is also one of the final punya, one of the 3 panel experts lah for this program called Protege Kita. So he will be coaching with regards to the aspect of finance to these 10 finalists lah. It's an incubator program we started I think last year, mid of last year. So there are 10 finalists, so he'll be coaching them, and we started 3 of them lah. So, and one of them is actually one of our monsters, Ustazah Moni, also part of the program lah. So dia ada double coaching every month. Satu kali dengan kita MOTD, one more dengan Protege Kita. Okay. Alright, last announcement is K 2021 coaching agreement and app that's already been done. Next one is MOTD coaching. Okay, so earlier for this month, we already started our coaching 4th March. Okay, we will start our one-to-one coaching earlier. So next month, we will actually release your slots on the 1st of every month. So first every month, so that it will give you time in the whole month to actually choose your slots accordingly lah. So it's not quite a tight punya schedule, inshallah. Alright, so we will still do the same procedure. We will announce all the slots, choose the slots accordingly. Come prepared with your numbers, with your problems, with your questions. Inshallah, the coaches will actually assist you accordingly lah. Alright, next session 15th of April, next Thursday pula. It's a Thursday, 15th of April. I will see you then lah. Alright, okay. But before we do this, okay, any other questions first before I end the session? To close the session, anything that ada any questions ke, nak tanya ke? Ada? Tak ada? Tak ada, okay. Then I move on. Okay, so this is with regards to one of our monsters. His name is Mr. Muhammad lah. Okay, so he's the partner. No, he was the partner of Madam Zoo, our sole leviathan of the program. So we lost him recently lah. He actually recently passed on. So as a tradition, we actually be sedekahkan Fatihah every session to him. Okay, mari kita hadirkan Fatihah kepada almarhum Muhammad bin Hassan. Semoga diterima segala amal ibadah beliau, diampunkan dosa-dosa beliau, dan ditempatkan beliau di syurga. Al-Fatihah. Okay, not forgetting for ourselves juga Fatihah kepada kami sebagai business owners. Okay, semoga selalu diberi petunjuk, semoga dipermudahkan segala urusan bisnes kami, semoga diterima juga our business ni, our perjuangan kita ni as one of our amal ibadah lah. Al-Haziniah Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Ar-Rahmanirrahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا الذي ينفعنا. رب زدنا علما نافعا ووفقنا عملا مقبولا. اللهم اهدنا بالهدى وجعلنا ممن يسارع في رضاك ولا تولنا وليا سواك ولا تجعلنا ممن خلف أمرك وعصاك. وحسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل ونعم المولى ونعم النصير ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. تقبل الله منكم.
Alright.
Okay, thank you so much everybody for today's session. Hope you had quite a bit of takeaways. So inshallah we will see